Some people may have known about it, some people may have not. But man, today is the day. If you are fired up, you're excited, if you are happy to be alive and well and have the ability to go and crush your dreams, let me see some sevens in the chat, guys. Let's get fired up today because today is a very, very, very special day that we've been planning for a while now. But hello, everybody. My name is Jay Patno. For those of you who do not know me, I'm a black diamond within this company, but I've been in the industry for the last 7 years. I'm 28 years old, approaching the 30 mark very quickly here. But I've been blessed to, have been able to spend the last 6 years in this industry full time. And it's absolutely changed my entire life. Being 21-year-old broke college student to be able to make my first six figures at 23 and first multiple at 24. I never say that to impress, but to impress upon you what is possible. And the actual reason that it happened in the first place was from something that is very, very similar to what that we're gonna launch here today. But before I dive into it, let me get some ones in the chat. If you are ready to elevate, if you are ready to change your situation, are you ready to impact not hundreds but thousands of lives all around the world? If you are ready to make today day one for your elevation and change. I see it. A lot of ones. A lot of people are fired up. A lot of people are fired up. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And as co-host, you guys can please, 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 please admit people into the chats as well. All right, let's go ahead and get rolling. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. Today, we are launching the 90-day all-in challenge, guys. The 90-day all-in challenge. So when we got off the cruise, right? Everybody that went to the cruise, it was a special time. We had a fantastic time. But not only was it fun, it was very refreshing to know that every single person, all of the leadership within the company was all on the same mental frequency, that we all have the same vision to elevate and empower our people within the Akashic community. And we got together afterwards. You said we gotta do something where we can collab again, where we can, have everybody's energies all aligned in one and do something that we can really give a lot of value back to the community. And we got together a few different times. We were brainstorming, we were doing different things, and we came to the conclusion that we are gonna make the all-in 90-day challenge. This is all in for 90 days. This is putting out all fourth of your energy, right? To elevating, because at the end of the day, what you can do over the course of the year is up to you. But you can take that same energy and condense it into 90 days and it will pay you more. It'll elevate you more. It is the law of condensed activity, right? Is the law of condensed activity. And that's what we're doing here. We're all coming together to elevate and empower for 90 days, guys. Giving your all to the 5 F's of your life: faith, finance, financials, fitness, and fun, guys. Faith, financials, fitness, uh, and fun, guys. Raising the bar, elevating within our life. And I want you guys to know something. All the success that I've ever had in my career came from an all-out burst of action. I want to tell you guys about the first time I ever had a 90-day run, a 90-day commitment where I was going to give everything I can to elevating myself and my business and myself as a human, as a person. It was back in 2020. I was about a year into the business. I had grew a team to 75 people, and it fell down to three. And I was losing my mind, guys. 75 people. I was thinking to myself, I said, how I lost 75 people. How am I going to rebuild this? Right? I'm a year into the industry, fresh out of college. I had told all my friends that I was going to be successful. I was going to tell all my friends that I was going to crush this thing and make a ton of money. Everybody's getting jobs. They're making their 50, 60, 70K a year. And I'm thinking to myself, I just lost a team of 75. How am I going to do this? Fell all the way back down to three. So I drive down. At the time I was living in North Dakota. I drive down to Minnesota and I go out to lunch with my business partner, Josh. And we're sitting there like, man, are we really going to go do this thing? Like, is this really what we want? Is this what we want to do within our lives? And from there, made the commitment to go all in for 90 days. Said, F it, screw it. You know what? We lost 70 plus people, but we can do it bigger and better. So we decided to make the commitment to go in on a 90-day run. Some of you guys that have been in the industry may have been a part of different 90-day runs, right? Some of you guys may have been, but have you ever completed a 90-day run? Anybody in their career that has had success in this industry can look back to a 90-day period that changed everything for them within this industry. And for me, it was that time. And within 90 days, 3 people turned to 350. In 90 days, 3 went from 300 from 3 to 350. If you guys would like to 100x your business, let me see some ones in the chat. If you would want to 100x your business, let me see some ones in the chat. Absolutely, absolutely. And we were at 3 at the time, right? And now I want to let you guys know for the second 90-day run, around 350 people in the course of 90 days. Honestly, to be honest, it was more like 45 days. But within the course of 90 days, 3 went to over 1,400 people, all stemming from a 90-day run. So I want you to think about where you are right now within your business, where you are right now within your business. And think about what you can do if you 50x'd, 10x'd, 100x'd in your business right now. If you'd love to go to 3 to 350, if you'd love to go from 300 to 1,400, today is the day to make that commitment, guys. Any leader can tell you they look back to a 90-day period. And for me, that was it. And it stemmed everything from my career. It stemmed everything in my career. It allowed me to elevate, right? It allowed me to hit those levels, and it allowed me to change the person that I am. And so thinking back on those times, it was all because I made the decision. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to talk to 10 people a day, or I'm going to talk to, this week I'll talk to 100 people, I decided to condense it. The amount of work that I was going to do over a year, if you can put it into 90 days, I promise you, it'll pay you a significant amount of energy, effort, money, time, whatever it is that you want during this run, guys. So I implore you. So as we're going through these calls, you're going to hear from a bunch of amazing speakers, amazing people that are going to tell you what it is you need to do and, you know, where their journey started from. And I want you guys to make sure you take notes, because, you know, success doesn't happen on accident. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. And when we give you guys these blueprints, when we give you guys the energy, when we give you guys the roadmap to have success, you need to pay attention. You need to be ready, and you need to be willing to accept everything. Because I want to give you guys, I want you guys, if you're already taking notes, I want you to write this on a piece of paper. I want you to draw a triangle, and I want you to write at the top, belief, action, results. See, these 90 days are about raising the bar within your business, guys. These 90 days are about raising the bar within your business. Everything stems from the BAR, your belief, your actions, and your results. When you believe that you can do it, you take massive action. And when you take massive action, you get massive results. And then what happens when you get massive results? Well, it fuels your level of belief. See, they all stem from each other. And say you don't have the belief right now. Well, you know what you can do? You can take all out massive action, and you will get some results, because for every action, there is a reaction. And no action is also gives you a reaction, right? So understand that if you want to have massive success, it all starts here today, because the most dangerous place you can be in this business is half-in. The most dangerous place, because you're doing just enough. You're doing just enough to seem busy, but not actually get anything done. Right? You're tricking your mind into believing that you're getting something done. In all reality, you're not doing anything. So I implore you guys over these next 90 days to go all in, take massive action. I'm excited to see who completes this with us. You'll learn more about it as we go through, but I'm excited. And I just want to prep you guys so you can get ready for the massive change in Wave, because we are taking it cost checks to 100,000 customers. We are taking it to 1,000 diamonds. We are taking it to 1 million lives impacted. It's just, are you going to be a part of that? So I implore you guys to make that decision today. Make that decision today and become the person you were always meant to be. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to our next speaker. This is someone who, to be honest with you, is a massive part of my success in this industry. I was able to watch him, but not only watch him, work from him and learn a lot of different things to have massive success. When I got into this industry as a 21-year-old kid, I was just a wide-eyed, just excited and energy. And he was able to not only help me take that in the financials, but in the mental, in the physical. This is someone that I look up to, and I've had the blessings and the privilege to be able to call a mentor of mine. And like I said, we're talking about the 5 F's. He is someone that you can look at, and he strives for these every single day. And he is not only it made me excited to be in this industry for as long as I have, but also, made me understand what I could actually do in the life I actually live, in the lives that I can actually impact by doing that. But with that being said, I want to bring up our next speaker. Our next speaker, the man, the myth, the legend, the Hall of Fame earner, Mr. Joey Wilson. Let's go, Mr. Wilson. Can you are you up there? Are you up
I
there?
got you, big dog. I got you. Let's go. What's
Let's
going on,
go.
everybody? Tippa, I see you locked in and focused over there. Come on. Hey, Jay, I want to throw it back to you real quick. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The only reason I became $1 million earner, me and Thayer became $1 million earners in this industry was because of people like you, bro, that were in the trenches, that believed before anybody else did. And you guys just took action. You were teachable and coachable. And just like our mentors helped us, pulled us up to get to 10 grand a month. And then he got to 150 grand a month or whatever he was at. That's all we ever wanted to do was pull you guys up to get to that 10 grand a month, just like we were at. And now we're here pulling you guys up to that 7-figure mark as well. And so grateful for your guys' leadership, bro. And what's going on, everybody? It's 8 a.m. here in Arizona. I got my coffee out, but I got about 10 minutes to rip some training for you guys, and hopefully you get some value out of this because, like Jay was saying, these 90-day runs are crucial. Eric Worre, I've been to his events in person. I've read his books. I've been on his online events, and at every time he talks, he's talking about a 90-day run at some point of his training, because he knows the landscape of the industries, the big guys, the people that have made 10 million, 20 million, $50 million in the industry. They all can look back to a 90-day run that they went on when they had nothing that set them up for their entire lives and their entire careers. And so it's just locking in and focusing for a 90-day run. We do this a couple times a year. Not only for us to elevate and go to the next level, because progression is happiness. I love moving the needle, but also to come in and help all of you guys collapse timeframes and achieve your dreams and goals and just get this thing done. And so the only way you win here, though, guys, if I really look back to the 13, 14-year career I've had, the main way that you win here is by staying teachable and coachable. Okay, there was people that came into this industry that were way better than me, but they wouldn't be teachable and coachable, and so they would never make it. I literally just did what my mentors told me to do, exactly word for word. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm just going to do it because I've never done this before. So I'm going to learn from someone that has, and I'm not going to try to figure it out on my own. Okay, so the only way you win here at a high level is by remaining teachable and coachable. Okay, the way you remain teachable and coachable is follow the system that works and duplicates. Okay, so we're talking about duplicating before I pass it to the next speaker. And this is so important. Okay, a lot of people get into this business and they're nervous. They're like, I've never done this before. I've never seen anything like this before. But here's the thing. It's not about how talented or good you are, right? The more talented you are a lot of times, the harder it is. Right? How many people know, like, for example, I'd be showing people on college campuses back in the day, and we'd get the football player, the dude that would come in with all the aura, all the swag, he knows everybody, and he would just be like, bro, I got people right now. They'll sign up 10 people, easy. But he wouldn't follow the system because he was too cool. He had too much swag, too much aura to follow the system. Well, he had way more leverage than me than when I first started. He had way more influence than I did. His natural talent was better. But I ended up getting to 100 grand a month, and he ended up quitting before he even got to 5 grand a month because he thought he could do it on his own. And it doesn't matter what you can do, it matters what duplicates, right? So duplication equals simple, repeatable, and teachable. If a brand new person can't do what you're doing in the first 48 hours, it's too complicated. Right? It's too complicated. If you show the plan and you show them how to do it in the first 48 hours, they should be able to follow that simple system so it can duplicate. Okay, simple, a 12-year-old should be able to understand it. Repeatable, you can do it easily every day without burnout. And then teachable, can they explain it to somebody else? Okay, and like I said before, why people fail at duplication? Because they try to do it their own way. And when people try to do it their own way, it doesn't duplicate. You're basically just creating a job for yourself. But we want to be business owners that don't have to be on call 24/7, 365, right? And the way to do that here is by following the system that duplicates. So eventually, you can, if you have your hands off for a couple days, those people that you brought in are already plugged into the system. And so they already know what to do. Okay. A couple of things that you don't want to do, or why people might fail, is number one, they try to do it their own way. Number two, they're explaining way too much. I've seen this again over the years. People would explain too much. They'll be showing the 20-minute, the video on YouTube, and they'll be sitting with their prospect and they'll pause it every 5 minutes because they think they need to explain something that the person might not have caught. No, you don't have to explain everything, right? People just explain way too much. Keep it simple. And then also, confused people don't move, right? So here's the 4-step system. Josh talked about it on stage in Miami, and we've talked about it plenty of times. It's in network marketing books. It's called IPET. Invite, present, enroll, train. Okay. So when I first got started, the guy who showed me, he was the number 4 income earner of a massive network marketing company. And the dude was making $150,000 a month. And he literally just followed the system. He invited me at the gym. And I'm so glad that he didn't just do it his own way. He followed the system. The dude was a massive business owner. He was a doctor. He sold his entire clinic. And then he went all into network marketing. He had multiple homes, a beautiful life, making just a ridiculous amount of money. He didn't have to show it to me. He didn't have to do it the right way. It could have been easy to be like, hey, bro, I got a video I want you to see. Check it out. But no, he followed the system to a 22-year-old kid, right? And he was in his mid-40s. He goes, hey, bro, we started talking. He built the relationship with me. He formed me. Hey, how long you been working here? Do you love it? Is this your dream job? And we just had a conversation. The next day I came back. He goes, listen, man, I coach people all over the world, teach them how to become financially free, and I can teach you. But I asked him, I said, okay, what is it? Like everybody asks. And he would not tell me what it is. He said, come over to my house. I'll show you what we have going on. And he just kept it very vague, but also was piquing my interest. And I didn't meet up with him the first time. And then I asked him again. I said, what is it? You got to tell me what it is. I even told him at one point, I walked up to him at the gym. I said, is this something that I have to recruit people for? Because I think I can do that. And he's like, just come over to my house. I'm not going to explain any more to you. He wouldn't explain it to me. So when it comes to showing this to people or inviting them, don't ever explain it, right? It's something we're excited. If you're brand new, it's easy to just try to explain what you just saw, a 30-minute presentation in a 2-minute conversation. It just doesn't sound real to people if you explain it like that. So when you invite them, this is how we learned how to invite. And if you just follow IPET, the way it's set up, don't try to reinvent the wheel. I'm telling you, you're going to create a business that's going to move with or without you. Invite. Okay? It's this simple. Hey, I don't got a lot of time right now. Number 1 is be busy. Hey, I don't got a lot of time right now. Okay? Because when they ask you, what is it? You just told them you don't got a lot of time right now. You're busy. That's why you're trying to invite them to a coffee shop. That's why you're trying to invite them to a Zoom call that we're doing later, right? Hey, Nate, listen, I don't got a lot of time right now. What are you doing tonight at 7? If he's busy, that's a loss. Sounds good. I'll call you later. Boom. And he's going to be like, what the heck? What's Wilson all so excited about? And then he just hung up on me. Okay? Hey, Nate, I don't got a lot of time right now. What are you doing tonight at 7? He's free. That's a win. You can move forward. The next thing you say is, I got something you got to see. I got something you got to see, bro. And he's going to say what? What is it? I don't got a lot of time to explain it. Like I just said, you just said you're free at 7. Can you be on this Zoom call? I promise you it will be worth your time. Okay? If they ask me more than 2 questions, I say this, bro, what's with the 20 questions? If you were calling me excited about something, I'd already be on my way. So it's that simple. You're just piquing their interest, but you're not explaining anything to them. Because you want them to see the movie just like you saw the movie, right? If you saw Wolf of Wall Street in the theater and then you tried to explain it to your friend will understand a little bit, but he's not going to be able to understand the 2-hour movie and how the emotions as you were watching it in the theater, right? You want to get people into the theater to actually watch the presentation for what it's worth. And so inviting is key. Hey, listen, Nate, I don't got a lot of time right now. What are you doing tonight at 7? You're free? Listen, I got something you got to see. What is it? I don't got a lot of time to explain it to you. Can you be on this Zoom call? I promise you it'll be worth your time. I'll send you the link. Yep, cool. I'll see you there. Boom. It's that simple. Keep it at that. Invite. Okay. I got good at one thing when I first got started for like the first 2 years, and that was inviting. I didn't try to explain it. I just invited people. I was myself. I was being normal. I wasn't trying to be like my upline was. I wasn't trying to be like the top earner. I was just being me, being genuine, but being excited, right? Okay. So that's invite. Number two is present. You're either going to send them the video, don't explain it yourself, let the video explain it, or you have the PowerPoint that you can explain it. Okay? So then you do the presentation. What I like to do before the presentation is do the 3-step setup. Why, all in, don't care. So why I'm doing this, I'm all in and don't care. How many people know when you get someone to meet with you, their guard might be up a little bit. They'd be like, oh, okay, you're trying to sell me something. What is it? The 3-step setup is why, all in, don't care. Hey, bro, listen, Nate, obviously I sat down with you at this coffee shop because I'm excited about something I want to show you. And he's already skeptical. But listen, I'm working at LA Fitness, as you know, and I'm also going to school full time, but it's definitely not my dream what I'm doing right now. I've been praying and I've been looking for something else because I'm just living check to check and struggling and grinding my face off harder than ever. And I know that this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. And now he's thinking about his wife. Maybe he's thinking he can relate. Oh, I'm living check to check too, bro. I was just telling you that last week or whatever. And so why I'm doing it, I'm looking for a way out of this job. I'm looking for a better opportunity. I've been praying, I've been looking, and I found it. And I'm all in. Okay? Why? All in. And I'm all in. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. And you're one of the people that I thought of, Nate. You're one of the people that I thought of. And I wanted to run it by you. And here's the key. You may not love it right away, or you may not get it right away, but either way, it's all good. No, my bad. It's you're going to either love it or you may not get it right away, but either way, it's all good. Okay? So why, all in, don't care. And then they're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. That's awesome, bro. Show me what you got. The reason I like that is because, again, how many awkward presentations I would pull up to with people that I worked with or people that I went to school with or whatever the case was. And they were like, bro, you got me here. What are you trying to show me? All right, bro. And then I would just tell them, I would explain the 3-step setup. And I learned this from another top earner, and it helped me so much for them, for my guest, my prospect, to actually look at this with an open mind. So, hey, bro, listen, obviously I brought you here for a reason. You know, I'm going to show you something or run something by you. I'm working at the gym. I'm overworked. I'm underpaid. I'm living check to check. I'm stressed out. I've been looking. I've been praying for an opportunity, and I freaking found it, and I'm all in. And you're one of the people that I thought of. And you may love it or you may not get it right away, but either way, it's all good. I just wanted to run it by you nonetheless. And when you say things like that, that creates, vulnerability, and that opens people up. And then they're like, okay, cool. Okay. Then you show the information. At the end of the presentation's over, you don't get back into explaining mode. You simply ask them, what did you like best? The trading or the business side? Whatever they say, you just agree with them. That's what I thought too. Are you ready to get started? And guess what, guys? It takes the average of 3.2 times to ask someone if they're ready to get started before they actually do. So if they say, I don't know, well, then do you have any questions at all that I can help you answer? And then if you ask, they're going to ask you. If they do, they're going to tell you. And then after that, awesome. Does that clear things up? Are you ready to get started? Right? You ask them 3.2 times. If they don't get started on the spot at that coffee shop meeting, guess what? The next day, follow up with them. Hey, we have a big overview tonight on Zoom. I'd love for you to hear from some other people, hear their story, and get a bigger picture of what's really going on here. So that's how you do the presentation. One thing I always did that works clutch, especially if you're brand new. Actually, it doesn't even matter. If I show someone right now, I'll still do this a lot of times. So I'll get someone on the phone that has another story, right? So when you first get started, you're going to show the presentation, but your prospect's going to know that you might not know anything or have had success yet. They might realize that you're new. They're your friend. They know you. They know you've never done anything like this before. So that's when the presentation's over. I already had my upline on the phone. I texted my upline before the presentation even started. I said, hey, can I call you in 15 minutes for a story? Cool. Boom. After the presentation's about to be over, I'm already calling the dude. That was awesome, wasn't it? What did you like best? The trading side or the business side? That's what I thought too, bro. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. And then boom, your upline answers, hey, David, listen, real quick. I'm with my buddy Nate. He just saw the information. I showed him the whole plan. And I just wanted to, I know you're a busy guy, but if you could just take a couple seconds to share your story, that would be amazing. Boom. Nate, this is David. David, this is Nate. And then I would step out of the way. So I'm just inviting and then passing a three-way phone call and letting David do the rest. And David will sit there and he'll work on closing him as well. And it works great that way. Listen, people sometimes need an extra budge. Right? People need an extra budge. They've never done anything like this before. But I truly believe that this is like the gateway to entrepreneurship. This is the gateway to breaking the chains on what's possible in life. And if you give them that extra push, sometimes they go all in and they become one of your big success stories. So number 1 is invite. Number 2 is present. Number 3 is enroll or follow up. Invite, present, enroll. And then number 4 is train. Plug them into the system. Plug them into the group chats. Plug them into the Zoom calls that we're doing, like you guys are on right now. Plug them into the live events that we have. Minnesota had one the other night, right? If you have a good system, then they're going to learn from the system and not just you. That's what I love about working with people like with email and working with people like Josh and Jay. And I know Arbella has their own systems, and the Rich University have their systems. And so when I plug people in, I can just plug and play. And I know the system's working, so I don't have to be the one on call 24/7. So I can keep the main thing and driving depth under that person. But you guys know how I build this thing. When someone gets started, I show them the website. I show them when the next trading call is. But what we can do right away is let's get your 3 and free. Who's the first couple people that you know you could get started just because you're doing it? Boom. Let's go show them right now. Let's get them a win in their first 48 hours. And then make your list of 200 names on a piece of paper. If you want what I got on that list, write first name, last name, phone number. On top of that list, write SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Okay. And then let's just go show them as fast as possible. And I want to help them get a win right away. Their first hot prospect, their brother, their best friend, I'm going to show the entire presentation. Okay. And then the second presentation we go to, my new person, they're going to do the first half. I'm going to do the second half of the presentation. Okay. And then I'm going to close. The third presentation, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to let them do the entire thing. And I'm going to give them some constructive criticism. Right? And then after that, guess what? They're not going to be waiting for me and my laptop and my presentation and my car. They got it all now. They know what to do. And I want to create a system that duplicates. Another thing that I forgot to tell you guys, when you show someone, this is how we built this thing for the first handful of years. I mean, anyone I ever got started, it was because of this sheet right here. It's the sheet the reason that I got started. It's called timing and placement. Okay. So when I saw the information, when I'm sitting in a computer chair at David Peach's house in May 1st of 2012, he showed me a 20-minute video and I was blown away. I'm like, if this is real, my life's going to change. But I was skeptical and I told him that. And so he goes, no worries. How's skeptical working out for you? I said, I'm broke. He said, I'm rich. If you want something different, you got to do something different. And he pulled this off of his little table. And he goes, listen, Wilson, this is me right here. I'm showing you first. Right. Well, he actually had my name number 1, and then Andrew Alexander was number 2. But he said, Joey, I'm showing you first. I'm offering you the next best spot on my team right here. If you want to think about it, it's all good. But after we leave here, I'm going to go show Andrew Alexander. He knows everybody. He's at St. Thomas. He's on the football team. He knows everybody over there. If he says yes, he gets that spot that you could have had. But if you just say yes first, it's a couple $100. If you just say yes first, you get that spot he could have had. And when I go show him later, I'm going to place him under you in your organization, and everything that he does, you benefit from the same way I do financially. That sheet of paper, as I'm sitting there watching a presentation, that paper was sitting right next to the computer and my name was number 1. And I'm like, it made me kind of feel good. I'm like, I'm in this millionaire's house. I'm number 1 on the list, but this list was everything for me. And then guess what? I went home. The next day I refreshed my back office. Andrew Alexander was under there in my organization. So was Ross Seifert. He goes, Ross Seifert's another one. You know him. He's the number 1 trainer at LA Fitness. If he gets started, he knows a whole lot of people. He's been in the training industry for 10, 15 years. And he went and put Ross down there too. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is people helping people. I love this. So this timing and placement is everything. So when you show someone, you could even, when I go show a couple people that messaged me earlier, I'm going to just put their name number 1. I'm going to redraw this. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to send it to them. After they're done watching the video, I'm going to rip them a voice message and say, hey, listen, dude, glad you watched the video. I'm all in with you if this is something you want to do, but I want to just tell you this. Timing and placement is key in any business, especially this business. I'm showing you, but I'm not just showing you first. See, you could have the next best spot on my team. And I'm going to say the same thing. If you want to think about it, no worries at all. The next person I'm showing right now, this person knows everybody. He's a business owner already. I'm going to edify that person. He could have that spot that you could have had. So for a couple $100. If you want to get started, you'll have access to our entire platform. You'll have access to me to lock arms with you and chase our dreams and goals together. But then also I'm going to be building your team too. I'm going to be putting people under your team too, because money making is a team sport. So timing and placement is crucial, and that's definitely a part of the business or part of the system, right? So again, if you have good systems, they're going to learn from the systems that you can just plug and play, and you can keep the main thing and go break records when it comes to getting personals, okay? And then one thing I heard years ago, he said, one of my mentors said, if you teach people how to teach, you can go to the beach, right? If you have a system that can teach people how to teach, I mean, we have the system. When you get started, I send you your onboarding. We'll do a phone call, but then you'll have access to all the group chats. You're going to learn the system. And once you learn the system, you're going to be able to teach it to everybody else. And that's how you want to create a business, not a job, right? So that's what I have for duplication, guys. How many people want to collapse time frames and go hit their ranks and go to the beach on this call? How many people are ready to go make it happen? You heard Jay earlier. He goes, bro, I'm almost 30. I'm turning 30 soon. So it's time to collapse time frames. And so if you follow along on this 90-day run and you follow the system that I taught you, inviting, presenting, enrolling, training, cutting the fat, less is more. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't over-explain things. It's simple. Just keep it simple. We don't need to bombard people with, they already have enough information. Just keep it simple. When you get started, here's how you navigate the website. Here's when the next trading call is that you got to get on. Let's get your 3 and free. Make a list of your top 10 people that know you the best and trust you the most. When can we go show that first person? Okay. And just keep the simple, just as stupid as possible. So with that being said, I don't know how much time I took there, probably too much, but I'm going to pass it over to pretty much the creator of this 90-day all-in run, someone that was going to do it with or without us. And I said, heck no, we got to be plugged in. We all got to do this thing together. And so guys, listen, she's a 7-figure network marketing professional. She's a leader of leaders. She has the gift to empower people with her words from stages all over the world that I've heard her speak on. Absolutely incredible. The best speaker in the industry, I say. But not only empowers people with her words, but also with her feet, with her actions, with the way she moves. I mean, it's unreal what she's been able to do. She's a mother. She's a wife to Dr. Logic. And just one thing that comes to mind when we were at the Atlanta event, after she was done on stage, she was walking off on stage and I was standing next to Dr. Logic, and he was like, you could just see it in his eyes, his love for her. And he goes, that's my wife right there, bro. That's my wife right there. I'm like, dude, I admire that so much. Someone that's been with someone, 15, 20 plus years, and just the love that he has for this woman shows you a lot about this woman, right? These are great people right here, and I absolutely love working with them. But like I said, she's an incredible human being. She's one of the best in this industry. We are grateful to be partnered with her here with Akashics, and we're about to take everything to the next level. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Ambassador Dr. China and let her explain the game plan on this all-in 90-day run. Appreciate you guys. Let's get it.
Wow, wow, wow. First of all, Joy, I just want to say that was absolutely amazing. I've shared with you privately, but also publicly, that you are absolutely one of the best when it comes down to understanding this industry and being very unapologetic about the blessing that we have in our hand. I feel like so many people tiptoe around the necessities and the basics of what's important, no matter where you are in your journey. And you just do an exceptional job at sharing your story and talking about the essentials that's necessary. You know, when I look at what's happening in the world around us right now, you have people who have done things a different way. They went on a different path. They chose a different route. And now they're having to circle back to entrepreneurship. One of the things that you said is that this is the gateway to entrepreneurship. You know, most entrepreneurs, they have to create a product or develop a product. They have to do everything themselves. They're usually a one-man band. And what this does is it allows them to leverage. Comment leverage in the chat. Everybody that's on right now, that's a part of Akashex, you have to understand leverage because business is about leveraging, but also investing is about leveraging. But I believe so many people that's connected right now are missing the most important part, which is to leverage, guys. We don't have to create a product. We don't have to set up a website. We don't have to deal with the attorneys and everything that you would normally need to structure a business properly. You know, you're not the only one promoting the product. We have phenomenal results that's coming in. We are really in a blessed situation when the world is shifting. Right now, you got corporations that are sending out emails where people are receiving emails at 6 o'clock in the morning that their job no longer exists. I'm talking about top level executives who thought they had it all figured out, whose lives are changing overnight. And those of us who decided to do things a little bit differently are becoming the models for what they need to do now. And so I'm really excited about this 90-day run. Hearing Jay open up the call, talking about what his experience was from the 90-day run, having an organization of 75 people, losing everybody but 3, but then making a decision in that moment. I'm just curious to know, what would you have done? Some of you are in a position similar and it wasn't even nowhere near as bad. Maybe you have a team of 20 and you lost 10 of them and you're ready to throw the towel in. How many of you would have kept going? How many of you would have made a decision that, listen, what do I have to go back to, right? Some of the people that people are listening to, you wouldn't want to change shoes with them because you don't like the results that they got. How many of you, I'm just curious, would have decided to take that towel and instead of throwing the towel in, you would have damped the sweat on your head and said, I'm going all in, right? And he took that 3 and took that 3 all the way to 350. There's so much power in 90-day runs. I heard Joey talk about Eric Worre. I've had an opportunity to work with Eric for many, many years, right? I've spoken at the most powerful women of network marketing. I've been in his home. I've done several masterminds with him. Why? Because when you decide to become a student of the game, all of the noise, none of those things matter. I just want to know right now, who's ready to go all in on their dreams? Who's ready to go all in on their goals? Who's ready to go all in for their legacy, to be proud of yourself, let alone your family being proud of you? Are you not ready to be proud of yourself because you decided that you wanted more and you chose not to shrink? I just want you to take a moment, a real moment, to be present with us right now in this moment. Quieten out the noise, walk away from the chaos. How many of you really want more? Comment more in the chat if you know you deserve more, if you know those that are around you deserve more, if you know that your dream deserves more. Because if you don't want more, you'll find any excuse to quit. You'll find any excuse to stop. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm gonna be real transparent on this call. I'm gonna share some slides and roll out the plan so you guys can see exactly how you're gonna tap into this 90-day run and the simplicity of it. But there's some people that you've shared this opportunity with that decide to come on this journey with you, but they don't really want more. They're kind of content. And I watch people who could have been top leaders allow people who were content to talk them out of their destiny. I've allowed them to, I've watched them allow people to cause them to be complacent. I've watched them allow people to cause them to play small. Be careful, especially if you have a big heart. Because if you have a big heart, sometimes the first thing that you want to do is be everything to everybody. And when you're everything to everybody, you're usually no one to no one. And so I challenge you right now to make a decision for you. This is going to be a selfish moment right now. I need you to focus on you first right now. I need you to focus on what your current situation is, no matter what it looks like. Not everybody is going through the struggle. Not everybody is robbing Peter to pay Paul. Not everybody is living check to check. But I can guarantee you that everybody that's on this call right now knows that there is another level. And I'm telling you that you have access to a vehicle. You have access to mentorship. You have access to leadership. You have access to systems, you have access to structure, you have access to everything that you need to go from where you are right now where you are, to where you want to be at in the next 90 days if you go all in. I'm talking about no excuses. I'm talking about no complaining. I'm talking about blaming no one for anything. I'm talking about, I don't care if it's 90% their fault. What could I have done differently? Because leaders do what leaders do. I'm excited to break down this 90-day run. But what I'm more excited about than all of that is the people that I get to run alongside. When I listen to a Joey Wilson, I know he's going all in. I know he's not going to make excuses. When I listen to a Jay, I know that it's already done. I know it's going to be feet to the pavement. I know that new strategies are going to be created to help more people win. And all of the other leaders that you're going to hear that's going to come on this call, that's what I'm excited about, that I don't have to do it alone. And so I'm going to share my slides with you guys. I want you to see what this concept is and how you can maximize it. I want to put you in a position to really go all in on your goals and your dreams. I want you to first, one of the call to actions that we want to make sure that you do is we're going to give you access to some templates and some resources where you can input your picture. We want you to make a declaration. We want you to make a commitment. We want your audience, your family members, your friends to be able to see the commitment that you are making, right? In the areas of faith. We want your faith to increase, because I can tell you right now, as a woman of faith, there's no way that I could have did this by myself. My first 90-day run led me to my first $1 million in 18 months as a rookie in this industry 17 years ago. My first 90-day run. I was ignorant on fire. Some of you know way too much. And because of how much you know, you are causing yourself to slow the pace. My first 90-day run led me to $1 million in 18 months by being ignorant on fire. And what do I mean? I was extremely coachable. Sometimes you stop being coachable. See, coachability requires a high level of humility. And I've seen some people who believe that they're so meek, have the biggest egos that you've ever seen before. They think them shrinking is making them look meek. No, honestly, it's showing that you don't have the humility to be honest with yourself about where you are and be willing to do whatever it takes to go from where you are to where you need to be. And so this is about faith. Hopefully on this journey over the next 90 days, you've established a closer relationship with Holy Spirit, because I could have never done it alone. It wasn't my own strategies, my own might, my own understanding, my own knowledge that allowed me to come in contact with some of the most iconic people in the world that bought into a vision that I barely knew how to explain. But I was so on fire. Are you on fire for your goals? Are you on fire for your dreams? Are you willing to believe like never before that you deserve more and that you are willing to do what it takes for your life to change? The next one is your family. Your family is going to be a benefit naturally to the work that you're going to do. But let me tell you something. In the beginning, sometimes they're going to feel like the sacrifice. There were some events that I could not make. There were some things that I could not do. And so you know what I did? I set my family down and I said, we need to have a conversation, because our life has to change. There's some things that I see for us. This is bare bottom minimum. This is basic and we deserve more. But there's going to be some sacrifices that's going to have to be involved. Listen, with every level of success that you desire, there's going to be sacrifice involved. And I made sure that they were a part of the journey so that they would not be the ones to hinder us from getting to where it is that we needed to be. Right now, they're on spring break. The kids are on spring break. We're in the mountains. I know you guys probably can't see what's behind me right now, but I'm in the mountains right now. I had to come inside. I wanted to show you guys the beautiful views of what we are around. It's been a different experience. I'm more of a beach girl. Take me to the water. But you know what? My husband said, let's do something different. You know, I have to come inside because there's big old giant bees out here and bears, literally walking around bears. I'm like, what is happening? But I wanted to be able to give them the experience where money wasn't an issue. So faith, family, finances. Some of the reasons that marriages is breaking apart right now is because of the lack of finances. You have access to top tier mentors, 6-figure mentors and 7-figure mentors. I did 8 figures within my first 10 years of being in this industry. You got access to something that most people have to pay tens of thousands of dollars for. Are you committed? Are you committed to your dreams? Are you committed to your goals? Are you committed to going all in? You know, what is the goal that you want to hit? What's the position and rank that you want to hit? Take off the table how you get there. I need the customers that are on here right now, because I know there's customers on here right now. People who have not made a decision that they're going to be a blessing to other people. People who say things like, well, you know, I want to just see how it goes for me first. You know, I want to make sure that when I tell people about this, you know, I have my own results, because they're going to want to know what my results are. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, obviously, if it works for me, I'm going to tell everybody. Can I be honest with you? Can I be really, really transparent with you on this call? I'm known for giving you guys the truth, the good, the bad, and the not so cute. I call that delusion, because here's what I know. It's being delusional. Number one, the product worked before you came here. Number two, the results show every single week, every single month what the results are. Number three, no matter how well it works for you, the chances of you giving somebody your commissions or your paycheck or your results to pay their bills is slim to none. The truth of the matter is, A lot of times people say what they think that they're supposed to say out of fear. And if you're going to choose to be delusional, why not be delusional about you winning? Why not be delusional about going all in on your dreams? Why not be delusional, not about fear, not about things that cause you to shrink? And how can I say this so confidently? Guys, I've been in the trading space for the last decade. People have said the same thing over and over and over again. And can I be honest with you guys? It was one point in my career, I actually believed them. And I kept hearing the same thing over and over again. I kept falling for the lies. I kept falling for the tricks. Now, I'm not saying that they were intentionally lying. I'm saying to you that they thought that they would. Then when they started to make money, guess what they did? They said, well, I'm not about to go all of my way to convince people that this works. Right? Over and over and over again. Guys, what does this boil down to? It boils down to your belief. It boils down to understanding that this vehicle was never designed just for one individual. It boils down to you understanding that you would not even have a seat inside the vehicle if someone would have not shared this blessing with you. So make a decision to go all in on your dreams and on your goals. Make a decision. If you're going to be delusional, it's not going to be about fear, but it's going to be about faith and going all in. Fitness is so important, guys. You know, so many people want to do more. And I could tell you, we don't do heavy labor in this industry, you know, but mentally we put out a lot of mental capacity, a lot of work, a lot of thoughts, a lot of creativity. So when you're physically fit, it allows you to go the distance. So I'm excited about what we have for you to help everyone to lock in. Imagine us on social media, using social media as a way to be accountable so you can't hide, right? You got to be, if you're going all in for 90 days, you're showing up on social media for 90 days. How many of you are a little afraid of that? How many of you are like, oh my goodness, you guys are really holding me accountable. You really are challenging, you know, you're challenging complacency right now. We're challenging every limitation, every limiting belief, and every bit of lack that has been in your life for you to go all in. So imagine whether it's you just walking around your neighborhood, you are able to share that on social media. There are people that's going to join you, not just because you trade. I would have never joined the trading community. I joined what I believe was going to take me to freedom, that I could have time freedom and location freedom and financial freedom. Don't limit people, right? They want to join a community. People want to be a part of something real. Imagine them locking in with you for 90 days, buying a 3-month membership because they want to go on a 90-day run with you. Imagine simply because you decided to be committed. And then finally, it's fun, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. We want to see you laugh. We want to see you dance. We want to see what's important to you. So use social media as a checkpoint, right? That shows that you're elevating with your walk with God. You're praying and you're meditating, right? Show them what it is that you're doing. You're in your scripture, whatever you do for faith. Show them how you and your family are getting closer, what you're grateful for every day. This is the blueprint of what this concept is all about. And I promise you, you will begin to elevate in every good area of your life. We're going to give you access to the template. It's on Canva. All you have to do is pop your photo in. This is going to be your declaration that's going to share with your audience and your community that you are going all in and that you invite them to join you for faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun from April 15th to July 15th. We want to see the all in challenge hashtag. We want you to hashtag Akashex. We want you to hashtag all in challenge so we can see who's really going to stay the part. I mean, I know a lot of people that start 90-day challenges. I don't know a whole bunch that complete them. Because see, here's the thing about integrity. People think they're so honest until it's time for them to be honest with themselves, until it's time for them to commit to themselves. And I'm saying to you right now, it's time for you to be honest with you. You said you wanted more. You got access to a vehicle that could take you to, I don't care if it's $50,000 a month, $25,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Would that change some things for you? You got the blueprint right in front of you. But what I really implore you to do is instead of just doing a picture, I want you to do a video. You're going to see videos come out over the next 3 days. It's going to be inviting our community and our audience to this all-in campaign. At the end of the call, I'll show you what the video looks like to give you an idea of what type of video you should create, telling your audience how serious you are to go all in for the next 90 days in the area of faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. If you're committed to putting the video out, the picture is cute, but the video, oh my goodness, the video is going to let your audience and your family members and your loved ones know that you are serious, and it's going to allow them to join you on this journey. So put 777s in the chat. I'm about to look at the names of the people who said that they're going to do the video. Peyton's going to get the video done. I already know Ali is getting the video done. I see Rhonda's going to get the video done. Mark, Joseph, guys, we could dominate on social media. Imagine everybody putting out these videos. Do you understand the tsunami of momentum that's about to come into your business? Do you understand when you hashtag Akashex, you hashtag the All In Challenge, how people are going to come looking for you. They're going to come looking for you to be the person that they choose to sign up with. Why? Because they can trust your consistency. They can trust your commitment. They can trust you because they see that you're consistently showing up over and over and over again. I'm super excited about that, right? And so here's what we want to make sure. Once again, you put that video inside of that same slot. You can play with the shaping of this to make sure that the video fits properly for you. And we want to make sure that you let the world know that you are waving the Akashex flag, that you're going all in for the next 90 days and you want them to join us, right? We're going to even have training for you. We want to make sure that every single week that you have training that's going to keep your mind believing. Because here's the reality, guys. Let's just be honest. School didn't teach us how to be entrepreneurs. They didn't teach us how to believe. They taught us how to obey. And some of the emotion that you have right now is not even your own emotion and feeling. Some of the emotion that you have right now was simply fear showing up. It's simply limiting beliefs that was planted in your mind. And when you see other people decide to go all in, sometimes out of fear for them, you say, every time I get on these calls, they're talking about this and they're talking about that. You know what you're really saying? I've been hearing it for 10 years. You're really saying, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you think that you have what it takes to actually be like one of them? How dare you think that you have what it takes to be a top leader? How dare you? And a lot of times it don't sound like that when they're saying it, but I can tell you out of fear, they're saying, I'm afraid and you should be afraid too. Who do you actually think you are? So be careful in this season. Stay close to the fire. Mind your eye gates, mind your ear gates, because the world wants you to play small. The world wants you to be limited. The world doesn't want to see you go all out. What do we really do in the industry of network marketing? We share our testimonies around the world that glorifies God of what we've been able to overcome. We talk to other women and men who've experienced some of the same exact things that we experience while utilizing a product that we believe in, a product that we believe can help to change the lives of other people's lives. Can I be honest with you? When I got first started in this industry on the trading side, it wasn't trading that got my attention. I didn't even have enough money. We didn't have access to funded capital then. We didn't have access to an app that's on your Apple Store or Google Store. We had to go learn it ourselves. We had to show up and do the work. People have turned into babies where they're complaining and they're whining about everything. But it's not just about this business. That's what they do in life. So be careful of who you give your ear gates to. Whining people and complaining people that will slow you down and climb on your back to weigh you down are dangerous to your success. We have a duplicatable system that's in place. I told you guys I was going to give you the truth, because if I don't have this raw conversation with you right now and these things start to happen, you start to think it's just happening to you. Guys, it's been happening to me for the last 10 years. When I got started in this industry, I needed money. My back was against the wall financially. We were going through a very tough financial time. My husband and I had just had my daughter, by God's grace, who's now 12 years old, but she was born 1 pound, 8 ounces. We were spending all day in the NICU. We would go back and forth to the NICU 4 times a day. Do you think I had the mental capacity to learn how to trade? Do you think that I had the mental capacity or even the finances to invest into this market? Here's the reality. As phenomenal as our products are, as great as our educators are, you still have to make the commitment at least for 18 months to go all in on you. I mean, how is it that a cosmetologist, someone could decide to go to beauty school for 18 months for a career path that may never give them $10,000 a month? Not only do they spend their time, not only do they spend their money, they go through the process. Why should we ever think that we should get involved in an industry that could pay you tens of thousands of dollars, whether a day, a week, a month, and only stick our pinky toes in? It's time to have a reality check with yourself, but also a reality check with the people that you're bringing along the road with you. Because here's the reality of it, guys. We have to manage expectations. Yes, we have phenomenal products, and we know that they can absolutely get results in 24 hours. It's a possibility that that can happen. But overall, is that really the message that we want to put out? And then when it doesn't happen in 24 hours, why should they have ever thought it would? They feel like they failed? If you can give a cosmetology license 18 months, how much time are you willing to give being in the top 1% of the world? How much time are you willing to develop the skills that you need to have high value skills that are relevant for 2026 and beyond? So let's set the pace, guys. The people that really just want to come into this space and trade and that have no financial issues, guess what they do? They come in on an annual membership and they're already ready for their renewal. They're already expecting to at least do 18 months. They're not expecting for success to happen and then they have it all figured out in their first 90 days. They know that they're going to be a commitment. So let's get real with the people that we're aligned to so that we can take them further along the way. So you're going to have training every single week, Sunday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. EST. Every single week, there's going to be a different training throughout the entire 90 days. We even want to make sure that you know and we know what your goals are. We want to hold you accountable. So you're going to have fake goals. You're going to write down what your goals are. You're going to write down your plan to achieve that by the date at the end of this plan, right? I encourage you to make sure that you pray, make sure you meditate, write down, 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for every single day. Speak your affirmation. Spend time in prayer and meditation, 15 to 30 minutes a day. Be intentional with yourself so that you can have a clear mind and you're ready for the world. When you go out there, your family goals, right? Write them down. Share this with your mentor, your sponsor. Connect with a family member. Show them your appreciation. Encourage them. Be present. Put your phone down. Look them in their eyes. This is how you strengthen up the family. Maybe there's somebody in your family you need to forgive. Maybe there's somebody in your family that you haven't called in a while. Make sure that you do that, right? Make sure on the financial side, guys, if you're building this business, and even if you haven't decided to before this call, I'm telling you, building this business is not just about business. It's about destiny. It's about impacting the lives of other people. It's about taking advantage of the mentorship that you have access to right now and deciding, you know what? I'm not about to let this 6, 7, 8-figure mentorship go to waste. I could have spent tens of thousands of dollars for this. So yes, we want you to show up on social media every single day. We want you to share your stories. We want you to tag us in it. We want you to hashtag Akashex and the All In 90-Day Challenge, right? We want you to follow up every single day. We want to make sure that if you are in this business and serious about this business, guys, make sure that you're doing the iPad system, that you're presenting it. If you haven't presented before, in the next 7 days, you should be presenting. If you have never did it before and you're brand new, within the next 7 days, you should be presenting. You've taken down notes of the best presenters you heard. You're regurgitating everything. You're a great promoter, right? Step number 1, you heard Joey say it, just become good at inviting. But when you're inviting, you're showing up too, and you're hearing the same information over and over and over again. We holding you accountable to a higher level of leadership to become the person who really deserves the things that they say, right? So make sure that you're posting at least 1 post a day, 3 to 5 stories a day, sharing throughout your day, right? Focus on the 3-month membership. Why? Because you want your audience to tap in for 90 days. Fitness goals, walk at least 30 minutes a day. Stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, and just be intentional about the food that you're eating. All of this is going to help. Show it to us in your stories. Allow us to engage. Allow us to get to know you at a higher level. And then fun, listen, do something that you enjoy. Laugh, dance, enjoy, celebrate your wins, because it's time for you to really, really, really go all in. So here's the scoreboard, guys. Make sure every day you can check off your faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun so that you can get a 5 out of 5 every day. And listen, let's grab some more accountability partners. You should be typing your accountability partner right now and letting them know, hey, listen, I'm going all in the next 90 days. Let's hold each other accountable. Use your current group chats, right? There's so many different teams that's on here, but right now we're coming together as one. But whatever you currently have, use that to hold each other accountable. I'm super duper excited because in the next 90 days, I already know higher ranks are going to be happening, more income, stronger mindset, better health, stronger family relationships. Your team is going to be growing. Your lifestyle is going to be elevated. So my only question to you is, are you really committed? Are you committed to go all in? I want to know. Put 77, no, put 90 in the chat. If, in fact, stop all of that. Put your name in the chat. If you're committed to go all in for the next 90 days, leaders, look at the chat. Let's hold them accountable. Let's make sure that we show them what real integrity is. It means you mean what you say and you say what you mean, not just to others, but to yourself. So I'm excited because I'm going all in. My commitment is I'm going all in for the next 90 days on faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. There's no excuses. There's just results. And I challenge you guys to do the same thing. So listen, with that being said, I want to bring on my brother, Maddie. This is the gentleman I have a huge amount of respect for. He knows all about discipline. He's a phenomenal football player. He's not sacrificing his dreams and his goals. This vehicle has actually helped him to achieve and experience his dreams and his goals, right? He's a phenomenal, phenomenal father. He's a phenomenal husband, incredible leader. And I'm so excited. I'm just excited that God divinely connected and aligned us on this mission. 1,000 diamonds is going to be automatically done, guys. We're going to have 100,000 customers inside of this space. We're building more leaders right now. We're not shrinking. We're not playing small, and millions of lives are going to be impacted. So ladies and gentlemen, help me bring to the floor my incredible brother whose legend is already done, Mr. Matthew Thayer. Brother, come on in, take it away.
Can you guys hear me now?
Loud and clear. Take it away, bro. You got it.
Let's go, Dr. China. I'm all in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody type growth in the chat, guys. Type growth in the chat because, man, after listening to her, that's exactly what this is all about, right? It's about those 5 elements. You know, let's have growth in all aspects. Let's go on this 90-day run. Dr. China, that was phenomenal. That was absolutely phenomenal, guys. You know, like she said, she's excited. I'm excited as well because I'm excited for all of the things that are going to happen for every single one of you guys. And that's what this is all about, right? It's about who you are today, but who are you going to be 90 days from now? You know, for me personally, guys, you know, I look at this run kind of like the Spanish leader that was on the ships and landed in Mexico. And when he got to Mexico, they were outnumbered. They didn't have the right tools. They didn't have enough soldiers to fight the battle that they were about to go against. And but once he got to the land, he looked behind him and he said, "Guys, we're gonna burn the ships, and we're gonna go all in." And that's the type of mentality, guys, that I want every single one of you guys to have right now. I want you guys to look at who you are today, but who you're gonna be in 90 days. Because no more excuses. It's time to go all in. This is a 90-day run, guys, that can completely change your life. I look at my business. I look at my story, my career. You know, if I went on a 90-day run at the beginning of my career, I wouldn't be here today. Because when you don't put forth that type of energy, you're not letting the universe know, you're not letting God know, you're not letting whatever you believe know that you are all in and that you want something different. You have to make that decision. And the 90-day run that I went on in my very beginning of my career set me up. It gave me that story. And I talk about the 5 qualities that we look for when we're looking for a leader, right? We look for the desire, we look for the coachable, we look for toughness. And I believe that everybody that's on this call, you're spending your Saturday on this call because you already have those 3 qualities. You have the desire. You're already all in. You're ready to burn the ships. You're ready to change. You're ready for growth, right? You're teachable. You're coachable because you're here. You have toughness. Someone's already probably told you that you're not going to be successful. People have told you that you're not going to be something different. You're not going to go do something with your life, right? People have told you that your whole life. This 90-day run, guys, if you make the decision today, it's going to give you that 4th quality that I talk about that we look for people, right? It gives you that credibility. It gives you credibility with your network, with your contacts. It gives you credibility because the people that are watching you right now, they've watched you play with this. They've watched you kind of do this. They've watched you on social media go in and out. They've seen you do it for a day. They've seen you do it for a couple days, but then they've seen you go quiet. Then they've seen you do it for a couple days, and then they've seen you go quiet. Sorry, I was getting a call. 1 second. Okay. And then they don't see, though, the consistency. They don't see the 90-day run yet. Once they see a 90-day run, guys, it gives you credibility with your contacts. See, when I joined the business in this industry, guys, I had 0 credibility. I was a C&D student. I barely showed up to class. You know, I was not the type of person that you would look at and say, man, that guy is going to be successful. That guy, he knows a lot about business. That was not me, guys. So when I went to my friends and when I went to my network and I wanted to show them this industry, I wanted to show them this business, nobody joined with me because they knew who I was. But when I finally locked arms with Joey and he came up and slept on my beanbag for 90 days and we went on a 90-day run, people saw that energy. They saw that consistency. And after the 90 days, the people that told me no came back to me and said, you know what? You're actually serious about this thing. You're actually really doing that thing. That thing that you wanted to show me, I want to see it now. I see that you're serious. And the people that thought that I wasn't going to go do anything and that said no to me initially, they came back to my business. They ended up being some of my biggest leaders. So if you want that fourth quality of credibility, guys, take this 90-day run serious. People follow people that know where they're going. People follow leaders. People follow people when you start walking. This is a great way for you to show people that you're walking, that you know exactly where you're going. So we are at battle. We are that Spanish leader, guys. We are Cortez that just landed on the land, and we are looking behind us and we are burning those ships. There is no going back. There is no going back to your old life. Today's the day that you go for the growth. This is the day that you're done. You're not going back. You're not going to be the same person. You're going to go on this 90-day run. You're going to concentrate on those 5 qualities. You're going to do those daily disciplines. You're going to create the habits. See, guys, once you do the same thing for 21 days, it becomes permanent. Imagine you do these 5 things, guys, every single day for the first 21st days of the 90-day run. It's all going to become permanent. You're going to set yourself up for the success. You're going to gain that credibility with your contacts. People are going to look at you like you're serious with this thing. You hear us all talk about, guys, that if you treat this like a business, it'll pay you like a business. If you treat this like a hobby, it's gonna cost you money. Well, going on this 90-day run, being consistent for 90 days, guys, it's treating it like a business. Now, if you look at me, for those of you guys that know me, this is the last thing I want to leave you guys with, just for some social proof, because we could talk about business, we could talk about success. You guys didn't get to see the run, right? You guys, I talk about when I joined this industry and how I go on a 90-day run and business blew up and things like that. But a lot of you guys don't know that. A lot of you guys you can't see that. It's not quantifiable. You can't look at me and say, yeah, that he definitely went on that 90-day run. But what I know, a lot of you guys that I'm looking at the numbers on the Zoom that you guys for surely do know, 14 months ago, I was 293 pounds. We were in Paris, and one of my friends came down the elevator, and I was morning, I was drinking a coffee, and I've been an athlete my whole life. I've always been in shape. I played football, I played basketball, I played baseball, I played golf. I've always been a very, very active person. I'm drinking my coffee, guys, at the table, and this person comes down the elevator, and they were just joking. They were not being serious, and they've reiterated this a lot of times. So I don't take it in a way where it felt bad, but I was scrunched over, and the person goes, "Man, why are you fat and grumpy today?" That word was like a missile torpedo to my brain. That's the point where I had enough. And I tell you this story, guys, because you have to have that type of mentality with this business. It has to be enough. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You got to be sick and tired of being broke. You got to be sick and tired of not growing your team. You got to be sick and tired of not finding a leader. You got to be sick and tired of not getting to the goals that you've had for who knows how long. 14 months ago, when I heard that, in my mind, I said, I've never been classified as fat. But that was the decision that I needed. And I went on a decision, guys. That day I said, you know what? I'm going to give this thing 90 days. I'm going to go no sugar, no carbs. I'm cutting them all out. And I'm doing it for 90 days. In 90 days, I dropped 25 pounds. It showed me that it was possible. 14 months later, guys, I'm sitting at 8% body fat. I'm 219 pounds. I have 120 pounds of muscle. I went from 110 to 120. I gained to 10 pounds of muscle. And I'm in the best shape of my entire life. I just dropped 45 points in my last game, in my league game of basketball. I'm in the best mental clarity mindset I've ever had in my entire life. And for those of you guys that know me for less than for more than 6 months, you've been able to see that transformation in real time. And I tell you this because if I can do this, if I can do it, you can too. If I was able to have that transformation physically, you can have that transformation mentally. You can have that transformation business-wise. You can have that transformation spiritually. Whatever you're going to get out of this 90-day run, because yes, this is about business, but it's not just about business. It's about your faith. It's about your relationships. It's about your fitness. It's about your mindset, guys. Be different. I said put in the chat growth in the very beginning, because this is not just about business growth. This is about growth as a human, growth as a person. That's what this industry is about. That's what this business is about. That's why I love network marketing, guys, because it's us helping each other become the best version of ourselves. So we're going to hold you guys accountable. If you're in, say I'm in. I want to see the chat absolutely explode if you guys are all in. If you're in, I want to see I'm in. We got to hold each other accountable. If you see your friend, if you see somebody on this Zoom not consistent, not posting on the stories, not in the chats, not present, everybody that's on this call, I give you permission to call each other out, to message each other and say, what are you doing? I thought you were going on this 90-day run. I thought that you wanted something different. I thought that you wanted growth in your life. I thought we burnt the ships together. Do you not understand that we're going to go to war? If you're lacking, we're going to die. There's no other option. We have to go dominate. What are you doing? You have to call each other out, guys. It's being accountable. I love every single one of you guys. I want to see you guys become successful. So that's it for me, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm on this 90-day run. I can't wait to see all these transformations that happen for every single one of you guys. We have an incredible community, an incredible leadership team, guys, but there's room for more. There's going to be 1,000 diamonds. Right now, we're at 51, 52, 53 diamonds, guys. We're going to get to 1,000, but be one of those diamonds. Be one of those diamonds in the next 12 months. Because those diamonds, guys, are going to be the same people that make millions of dollars in this business. Don't miss your opportunity. But I got the privilege to bring up one of my brothers. We became super close. I mean, we've known each other for years, but just over the last like 90 days, I can genuinely say that I've gotten extremely close to this guy. Just being able to hear his story, the things that he's been through. I'm beyond grateful, because honestly, guys, Akashics wouldn't even be here today. Yes, I showed up to Akashics 3.5 years ago and I met Josh, but I wouldn't have even been able to be in that room if it wasn't for someone like this that I'm going to introduce you guys to. See, 14 years ago, he brought trading and MLM together. I didn't know that. I didn't know that story. He's the one that made trading cool for our generation, guys, for it to be in MLM, guys. He was the first representative in a company, guys, that went to almost doing $1 billion. He was the first rep in the company, guys, where I was able to come in and make the most money that I've ever made in my entire life. Without this guy and his decisions that he's made in his life, none of this is possible. And just over the last 90 days, I've seen his work ethic. I've seen what he provides to his community. But above all, I get to see his heart. I've been able to see how much he cares for his people. Because yes, he's rich in money. He's rich in business, but he's also rich in life. He's got a beautiful, beautiful family, but he's also a beautiful person. So, man, Garrett, bro, I'm going to pass it to you, man. I'm so appreciative of you, man. And I can't wait to listen to what you got to say today, man. But the floor is yours, bro. Thank you so much. And I love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Awesome, man. Let's go. I gotta go after so many amazing. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. I have to go after so many amazing speakers, and it's truly an honor, guys. Like, they got me hyped up, they got me pumped up. I'm not gonna be too long. I actually have to run to a family event, but calls like this, I'm truly appreciative, because I know on my journey, it all started and came from a 90-day run. Like, my whole journey comes from moments like this. I started in 2012, and I told myself, you know what we're going to do? We're going to focus up on a complete 90-day lifestyle change. And I was talking to Dr. China. I was like, look, I went on plenty of 90-day runs before in my life, but I never did all 5 of the F's. Like I'm a guy, I'm really focused on the finance. Like in my entire young life, I was completely focused on finance. So when I hear Jay speak and I hear Joey speak and I hear China speak, they're talking about all 5 of the F's. And I told Dr. China, like, this is going to be the first time I do a 90-day run that is not 1,000,000% just focused on finance, right? But in my beginning stages, like when you're on the come up guy, like I'm one of them people, whatever you're going through, trust me, guys, I went through that 1,000 times with you. I went through that 1,000,000 times. So I'm not just gonna talk like a 90-day run and because I heard Eric Orr say it or this person say it. I was the person where I was like, man, I don't believe none of that. Okay. But I was also the person that said, I'm gonna do everything they say to do so I can know if I should ever listen to this person again. And I start realizing that I was listening to myself more than the people who already proved that they went through it, got through it, and they got what I want and what I believe I deserve. See, a lot of times we trick ourselves out of doing the basics. We trick ourselves out of doing what the people already prove have worked. We trick ourselves into trying to reinvent the wheel because we taste success or had success or something else. And we start tricking ourselves into thinking that we're better than the people who are already 10 times better, proven to be better and proven to got better results, right? And so at one point in my career, I made a decision. I said, you know what? Every single thing that I know, because guys, I was telling Tez yesterday, I was like, bro, I had a Range Rover at 16 years old. I had 3 cars, my own house by 17 years old. I was always the leader of my group. You get what I'm saying? And I had to tell him, like, but when I came into this industry, I threw away every single thing that I knew about because I realized my ego was 1,000,000,000 times bigger than my bank account when it came down to this industry. So I threw, and I'm just going to be transparent. Every single thing that I made money off of, every single person that I made money with, I deleted it, got rid of it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go 90 days. I'm going to go 90 days on this industry that I have no clue about, but I keep seeing people win that I know can't be no better than me, and I'm no better than them. But clearly they have a blueprint. Clearly they went through a system. Clearly they found something that is going to work and be better than what I'm doing today. And literally I will get on Zooms, guys. I tell this story all the time. I went bankrupt buying trainings to get on Zoom. See, a lot of times in this industry now, you get these $1,000,000 Zooms, these $1 billion Zooms, these blueprint Zooms, these game plan Zooms. You get all that for free. I did not get that. To get on Zooms like this, when I was getting started, it was 500 minimum, 1,500 minimum, 2,500 minimum, and it went up and up and up and up. I was a part of a program. They said going off. It was a package called Go All In that cost $15,000. That was what I was used to, guys. And now we've made it simple. So I just remember, like, on my journey, and I want to tell you guys something. I'm still getting paid, still to this day, off of my first 90-day run. That's how important it is. And I'm not talking about one of those 90-day runs where you're just trying it out, trying to figure. I'm talking about what Dr. China said, ignorance on fire. That is the best stage of your business career, when you don't care what you look like, you don't care if you're doing it right, and you're just flowing. You don't even realize you're posting every single minute of the day about your business. You don't even realize that you reached out to the same person 100 times about your business. You don't even realize that your camera's dirty when you posting the video. You don't got no good camera. You don't even care. That's gonna be ignorant. That's where I was at, guys, where it was nothing. There was no place to go but up. There was literally no place to go but up. So when I joined the industry, I remember just struggling. I probably struggled my first 90 days in the business, guys, like literally crying, punching. I punched like 4, 5 laptops. I had to keep going to Walmart, getting new ones. And they weren't the MacBooks at that time. They were like the cheap computers you could buy. And I went through so many of them because I was upset. And I used to always ask God, like, yo, I've been a winner all my life. What you got me going through right now? I was winning in sports. I was winning in rap. I was winning in trap. I was winning everything in my life. And when I joined this industry, it was the first time in my life that a spoiled kid got humbled on what actually losing for a little minute felt like. But I had to realize, like, man, I'm not really doing this thing right. I'm not doing what all the winners is doing. So here's what I did first, guys. Here's what literally changed my career. I found 5 to 10 people that I seen a little bit of resemblance of myself in them. I found 5 to 10 people. And when I found those 5 to 10 people, I said, I'm going to do every single thing that they're doing. I used to write it on my whiteboard, like, yeah, this dude is doing this. That's where I came up with the 4 type of marketers that make money, because I started studying people and I started realizing, wait a minute, it's only like a select group of people who actually make money doing this. And I said, okay, I'm going to follow this person, 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 and this person, this person, this person, this person. But what I realized was I was so hungry, I worked harder than all of them. And I believe there's people on this call, you probably are working harder than most of the top earners, but that don't mean you're working the right way. You see, sometimes when we work hard, we start thinking that we can reinvent the wheel and come up with a new way, and then you waste 2 years trying to prove your way is better. What I want you to do is lock in on people who have already proven that they have a blueprint to consistently get results. Now, if you work harder than them, then that is going to be even better for you, because guess what this industry allows you to do? Compress time. When I learned the science of compressing time, it changed my life forever. I realized, okay, if Maddie is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I can do in a matter of 12 months, I can technically do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 90 days. And when you switch your mindset to say, I'm gonna do it even faster, because see, guys, I was also telling Taz, like, yo, when I was younger, I had my daughter very young. I did not allow being a dad be an excuse for me not to go all out for my life, right? And I'm just gonna say this being transparent. A lot of people use great excuses on why they don't go all out for their life. Here's what I truly believe. Your kids is gonna have more life than you, most likely, right? So sometimes you got to really lock in on your life so they can have better life, and you be in a better mental so you all can have better life. That's how I thought when I was younger. I didn't watch no TV. I didn't go out. I was completely locked in 24/7 on my business, to the point if you slept around me, you had to go. You can't even sleep around me. It wasn't until I turned 30 that I turned that mindset a little bit down. So all the way from 22 to 30, it was all out in my business. So sometimes you got to ask yourself, are you even paying the price for these millions? See, I don't, my goal when I first got in the industry, I said I want to make like $30 million, right? I fell short of that plenty of times, but falling short of that has now become 8 figures at least. You get what I'm saying? So at some point, you got to make a decision to say, you know what, I'm going to go all out doing the correct things, not just doing what I like, not doing what I feel, not doing what's comfortable, but I'm going to go all out doing the correct things, because even if I fall short, it's 100 million times better than where I'm at, right? So I remember building a business to a massive business. I went on a 90-day run. And I got to the point where I was like 26, 25, and I was making about $80,000 a month. Okay. What happened in my business was a lot of people left the business, similar to Jay, right? And I dropped from an $80,000 a month income to like 2,000, if even that. Like literally, it's to the point where there's no other option but give up and just give up on life, right? And I remember going on a 90-day run, and that helped me meet Dr. China, right? So I'm going to show you how this works for you. I remember going on a 90-day run and saying, you know what, I got 2 options. I can either work to get it all back, or I could prove these people right and quit like the rest of them. right? And I went on a 90-day run and I actually created a whole new group. Now, what happened was I went from that $2,000 month mark and I went all the way back to $100,000 a month just from the residual side. See, the first side was from residual and overrides and other stuff like that. The second time it was 100K minimum just because of my rank. It was really like 160 altogether, right? But what happened was I believe this business and this business model is going to test you multiple times just to see if you really the truth, like, or just to see if you really like that, just to see if you really deserve more. You get what I'm saying? So at that second time, what happened was I remember getting to that 160, and the same thing kind of happened with a group that I had where a top earner convinced some people that were like in my pay structure to work with them, and they moved over to work with them. That pushed that top guy to $1 million a month, and it dropped me down back to $2,000, $5,000 a month. And I had every right to quit. I had every right to be disgruntled. I had every right to be mad. They thought I was going to quit. They thought I was going to give up. They thought I'd never get back to it. I went on a 90-day run. And here's the part, and I say this in a respectful way, with the most basic people in business. I'm talking about a 90-day run with people you would never bet on your life they would become anything. A 90-day run with people who didn't want to do nothing but click buttons and trade. A 90-day run with people who were not coachable, not consistent, not trying to do any of that. But I still said, you know what? I'm going to lock in 90 days with this one guy that I know will listen and work with me. That person was an educator in the company. So this is already a person that is getting paid from a company that has no reason to even go do the business, right? And I said, look, bro, we got to go on a 90-day run, and we're going to make you make more money than you ever made from the business. Me and that guy, we sat on Zooms like this for like a whole 60 days at least. We didn't even get to the whole 90 because when it started working, we sat there for 60 days on Zoom. We would close a person and we would put a timer. It would be a 20-minute intermission. And we said, we're going to be here every day, all day, and we're going to run a Zoom, have the timer go down, run another Zoom. If you bring someone in, we're going to run another Zoom. If you bring someone in, we're going to run another Zoom. You bring someone in, we're going to run another Zoom. And we literally did that, guys. We took a group from literally probably 80 people to 3,000 people in like a 3-4 month span with the most basic people. I'm talking about, guys, the top leader was the mother of my children. And like when I'm saying the most basic people in the business, these were not network marketing superstars. These was everyday individuals who said, you know what, we just want more out of life. And those are always going to be your best leaders, guys. Just the people who want more out of life. Me and that man sat there for 90-day stretches and literally just pounded Zoom to the point he goes around and say he went psycho. But what I say is, nah, bro, we followed the blueprint. The one that Eric Ward teach, the one that Holton taught. We just sat there and didn't make any excuses. And when someone signed up, 10 minutes later, we were showing the plan again. 20 minutes after that, we were showing the plan again. 20 minutes after that, we were showing the plan again. 20 minutes after that, we were showing the plan again. And we were so excited to stay up every single night for the 4 a.m. volume update. Every night we was on the phone with each other waiting for the 4 a.m. volume update because we knew we were pounding the system every single day, and it was no way possible this volume wasn't growing. And what came from that was a young individual by the name of Josh Wheaton. So sometimes on these 90-day runs, you don't even realize you're pretty much putting in the work that's going to make you last longer and longer and longer in this business, guys. Then I went on a 90-day content run, posting every single day on YouTube, no matter if it was a good video, a bad video, an edited video. It didn't even matter. I got to the point where I don't even want it to be edited no more. I stopped doing edits because I realized the edit gonna take longer than the work do, and I gotta keep putting in this work. So at this point in your career, you gotta just say it's time to get ugly for your success. It's time to get dirty for your success. It's time for you to really go reach out and find those people in your group that's willing to do the same and really lock in, not on the things you want to do, not on the things you like to do, but on the things that other people have already proved to work if you do, guys. So I can't wait to see you guys be successful after this 90-day run. I know it's going to grow the community. I know it's going to blow up your results. And let me say something for the traders as well. I know we got traders on here. I challenge you to stick to one strategy, one risk to reward strategy, one currency pair, and lock in for 90 days, because a lot of you guys are blowing your accounts, messing up your profits because you keep switching it up. And that's just it. I challenge you to find one thing, one pair, one strategy, one risk to reward ratio. And I promise you, after the 90 days as well, you will have a better life, guys. So that's all that I have. I hope everybody have a blessed day. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm going to pass this thing over to somebody who's leading the way at a massive level. When I actually came into this business, I seen somebody who was going on multiple 90-day runs, and you could just tell when someone's on it. Like, you can tell when somebody's doing it. You can tell when somebody's lived it. When I got here, I didn't really know a lot about this person, but when I looked at his work, I looked at his content, I'm like, man, this dude is a real deal. Like, you could just really see it. Right. And this is before he even got the position that I'm going to bring him up as. This is just me coming in, having 13 years of experience, being able to pick out like what's cap and what's not. And I'm like, man, this dude, he's traveling. He's putting out day-to-day content. You can tell that his leaders love him. You can tell that he's in the field with the people. And I realized right away that this person has already went on multiple 90-day runs, guys. So I'm going to get out the way of greatness. I'm going to bring up our VP of sales, my friend Ali, because I know he's going to bring a lot of gems that you guys are going to hope and wish that you took notes for, guys. So let me get out the way. Ali, hope you're there, bro.
Hey, Garrett, thank you so much, guys. Drop a fire in the chat box, because that was one of the best trainings that I personally have listened to in a very long time. And Garrett always has this beautiful way of just kind of humbling you and letting you realize that this mission is not bigger than you. You know, like, you are the mission, and you have to be the person who's willing to be part of that story. And he does it in such an eloquent way while telling his story and making sure people understand that this industry will test you, and it's not for the faint heart. So shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you like crazy. And big shout out to Dr. China. Honestly, she came into the group chat with the Black Diamonds and said, look, we really need to go on a 90-day run. And she bootstrapped this whole entire thing. And I'm super grateful for her. She did it, even though we're all super busy. She put together all the content, the flyers, the campaigns, everything you see right here. Huge shout out to you, as well as Josh and Jay, for helping out as much as they possibly could. And guys, give it up for Maddie and Joey, incredible leaders. You know, I love these guys. We're truly in battle together. And that's right. We got to burn the ships. You know, we're on this island, and there's only one way to win, and that's to freaking dominate. So I appreciate all of you guys and every single person who stayed on this Zoom for as long as you have. I want to go ahead and let you know that the people who are on this Zoom right now, an hour and 42 minutes into this thing, are the people who truly have the highest opportunity to win and actually crush this 90-day run. So I want to keep it real with you, of someone who's done a lot of 90-day runs. What's the life cycle of someone who goes through a 90-day run? You get on a call like this, you're super fired up and excited, you're ready to go all in. After 3 weeks, you fizzle out. And that's going to happen to the overwhelming majority of people when they typically do a 90-day run. But this group right here, we have to change that mold. And we have to create something completely different that's going to allow us to actually scale through this process. Because it's so easy to just get demoralized, to feel like you're not getting any results. You're following the 10 steps. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You're literally coming in day by day and putting one foot in front of the other, but you're not getting the results that you want. And the reality is the 90-day run isn't meant to give you the results that you want today. The 90-day run is to set up the foundation for you to have the results a year from now. It's to condition you to become a better version of yourself. So I'm going to talk to you guys today about momentum and how to actually create success inside your squad. So first and foremost, I want to let you guys know that momentum starts with you. Momentum is one of those things, guys, where it happens and you can't do anything to buy it back, but it starts with you. And it starts with being ignorant on fire. It starts with pretending today is the first day that you're in this business. A lot of you who talk to me all the time about the prospects you're talking to, the challenges that you might be facing in business, and so many different things. And because you guys have these experiences, most of you are allowing your bad habits to creep into what you're trying to accomplish inside of Kashexx. First of all, today has to be your first day in the business, okay? Right now, you have to decide that today is day one. You're starting brand new. You're not going to be looking left, right, center. You're not going to be distracted by what happened in the past and who quit your team and this and that. You're going to focus on today being day one. Then you're going to take the next few days to prepare for the actual launch of this 90 days, okay? And what that actually means for you. So there's a few things I wrote down that I want to address with you guys so I can make sure you guys fully understand me, okay? So first of all, everything starts with the mindset first. Okay. You are the complete engine of your business, not your upline, not the company. You have to take full ownership in the results that you're creating, whether they're good or bad. And make sure you focus on daily consistency, not perfection, and put yourself in a position to win. You want to have daily activity, okay? The daily method of operations that we're going to be sharing with you guys to show you exactly what to do every single day in order for you to crush this 90-day run. You want to make sure that you're posting value-based content on social media, doing personal development, and many other things, okay? The 5 Fs, make sure that we're leading with that as we go through this journey. You want to make sure that you're prospecting like a pro. Talk to people, not targets. This is the one thing that frustrates me so much. And I think Garrett actually spoke about it. He said every 90-day run he's ever been on has always been a financial thing for him. And guys, money is the motive, no doubt. Guys, drop some 777s in the chat box if you're here to elevate your lifestyle and to increase your wealth and to increase your capital. Because I know that's why I'm here. But a bigger reason why I'm here is the accomplishment, is to know that I can actually go out there and do something that other people think that I can't do, and to be part of the 1% of people on this planet who are actually creating something amazing. So it has to be open. You have to be open to treating people like real people, build real connections, okay? Now, duplication over complexity, and this is something I say time and time again. If it's not simple, it won't duplicate. Dump things down, KISS, keep it super simple, and make sure that you guys are using scripts, systems, and tools that your teams can win with, and teach others what you do, okay? That's what's really important about this. You want to make sure that other people are going to do what's duplicatable, but don't go out there and asking people to do something that you're not willing to do. So before I go tell my team to go do 10 Zooms a day, am I willing to do 10 Zooms a day? Before I go out there and I tell my team to go prospect 10 before 10, am I prospecting 10 before 10? And I think it's all about the authenticity and the integrity of what you're building and where this thing can go. And the last thing I want to say, guys, and this is sitting heavy on my chest, I want to have a moment of realness with you guys, because of course, momentum starts with you. You got to grind this thing out. Every single person you heard from today gave you the blueprint. So I don't need to give you any more blueprint stuff. What I want to give you is something real, okay? Look at the product that we have in Kashexx. And honestly, guys, like my friends who are in different companies right now, we have conversations and they're basically telling me that Kashexx has the best system in the game. And I'm talking about, these are dudes who are making 100, 200K a month in other companies. And they're telling me that there's no doubt in our mind that Kashexx is the best products and services in the game. So if we know Kashexx is the best products and services in the game, why are we not with chest going to the world and letting TikTok and Instagram and social media and YouTube know that we have the best? Look, last week, guys, Arabella did 3.6% on Flow and TTT. What other system can you go to that's going to grow your account 3.6% in 1 week? Can somebody tell me in the chat box if that's possible anywhere else? Abso-freaking-lutely not. And you guys have an educator who accomplished that, not on Flow. So I don't want to hear the excuse for people in America like, oh, it was on Flow. No, I'm talking about TTT and Flow. Okay. So if you know you have these services, why are you not speaking about them enough? And it's not just about her being amazing. This isn't about me giving praise to only Arabella. That's just Arabella on TTT. Sebastian did 8%, guys, in the month. 8%. Sebastian did 8%. So if we know we have this ecosystem in place where people can come in here and make lazy money, right? People want things that are simple and duplicatable. Why are you not like, you guys should be breaking down every single door and talking to every single leader in the industry saying, hey, you're wasting your time with that old archaic company. Look at what we have. And this is what we're doing to duplicate every single day. Guys, when you are closing people, especially leaders, you have to find what is important to them and then show them why that one thing that's important to them is better here than it is where they are. And that's how you're going to be able to create massive momentum inside your organization. So I believe in our product. I believe in our vision. I believe in the leaders here. I believe in the mission that we're working on. And I'm super excited for what's to come. So I want to share one thing in the chat with all of you guys so we can really take this thing to the next level. And I want every single person on this call to commit. Before I drop this link in the chat, I want to see every single person on this Zoom write all in the chat box. I want to see every single person right now on the Zoom type all in the chat box, because what I'm about to share, this is a non-negotiable. This has to be done without a shadow of a doubt. Guys, this chat is looking real light for me. There's over 160 people on this Zoom, and I'm not seeing enough all-ins in the chat box, because this is our moment to actually go ahead and do what we've always been wanting to do. So I'm going to go ahead and share this link in the chat box, and I need every single person to create their flyer today. Even while we're on this call, I want everyone to go out there and let the world know that you're all in. Okay, guys, click on that link right there. And in that link, you're going to go ahead and you're going to create your all in poster that you're going to post on your social medias, and you're going to commit to the world and your communities and your leadership and your team that you're going to take this to the complete next level. I'm super excited. I'm so blessed and highly favored that I have the opportunity to work with such incredible people. And honestly, it's been an honor. And I have not much to say, because honestly, everyone who came before me did such an amazing job. Shout out to Garrett, China, Jay for opening up the call, Maddie, and Joey. I love you guys like crazy, but I have the pleasure of bringing up, the next person who's going to train you guys on today's call. And this is a person who, I've known for the last 2 years. He's an amazing guy. He's a hardworking person. He comes through for his organization day in and day out. And the one thing I really appreciate about this guy is he never loses his fire. You could talk to this guy any day of the week, regardless of what he's been through in the industry. And he freaking loves this industry. And he's ignorance on fire day one, every single day. And I see this in him all the time. Not only is he just like this freaking leader who's like got the mindset that leaders eat last. He's so focused on helping the next person win. But the one thing I really love about him is every day is day one for him. So guys, do me a favor and give it up, light it up in the chat box for our friend, our brother, Joshua Amundsen. My bro, the floor is yours. Take it away and teach us a few things. Thank you guys. Love you all.
Let's go, guys. Drop some ones in the chat for Ali, man. That was absolutely insane. Every single speaker that I've spoken today, I'm just so fired up right now. I'm sitting here, we're in the Black Diamond and Above chat. I'm like, I'm getting so fired up right now. So I appreciate everyone. I mean, literally, guys, just like a month ago, we were hopping on Black Diamond and Above calls, and on the cruise, we were talking about it too. We're like, we need to go on a 90-day run. And Dr. China brought it to the table. She's like, we were just about to go on one. And I'm like, oh, let's do it together, please. And it's happening, guys. This is company-wide. This is going to change a lot of people's lives. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm 28 years old. I'm out here in Minnesota. I actually originally got started with Jay Patnode. He's my business partner, actually. 7 years ago, we got started on Matt and Joey's team. We knew Matthew Thayer and Joey Wilson when they were 5 to 10K a month earners. And they told us where they were going when we were brand new. They told us they were going to 100K a month and beyond, right? And 7 years later, guys, we just followed the blueprint. We stayed consistent with them, and they are hands down some of the best leaders in the entire industry, if not the best leaders that I have ever met. And so I'm just super grateful, not only to be partnered with them, but every single other speaker and individual who's on this call, ladies and gentlemen. And so huge shout out to everyone who stayed on here so far. I'm going to talk about consistency and focus, okay? Because it's awesome to come on here and get fired up and get excited, but we need to figure out how are you going to actually, stay consistent, and how are you going to stay focused during these 90 days? Because I believe Garrett said, he's like, I've seen a ton of people start 90-day runs, 90-day all-in campaigns, but very few actually finish it. And I truly believe that's because they're not setting themselves up in a proper way to have success with the 90-day run. And so I just want to cover a couple things. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a notebook out, I would definitely write this stuff down, because this is going to help you prep for a 90-day run. It doesn't matter if you've been through one, right? One of the first things I've learned in this industry is always remain a student. Always remain a student. Right. And so I always pretend like I haven't done anything and I stay a student. So on this call, I'm taking notes on every single other speaker as well. Okay. But, with this whole journey, right? Faith, obviously, family, finance, fitness, and fun, the most important thing is understanding why we're even doing this. I believe it was Matthew Thayer, but it's 21 days to build a habit. You have to force yourself to do the daily methods of operation. Have their business around their life. They have their business or they have their life around their business. So we want to create a lifestyle, right? To the point where after these 90 days, you can be doing the daily goals for your business, for your life, without even thinking about it, right? Every single day, I guarantee a lot of the people who spoke on this call, we do prospecting, presenting, promoting. We're posting on social media. We're reaching out to new people without even thinking about it. It's flow state. It's a part of who we are. So that's why we go on these 90-day runs. You ever heard of the 75 Hard Challenge? It's the same thing. It is a transformational experience that we're about to go on here, okay? And so number one is set yourself up for success. Okay, how are we going to do that, okay? I want you, after this call, to take out a notebook, and I want you to write down everything that could possibly prevent you from having a successful 90-day run. What are all your distractions? Is it smoking pot? Is it drinking alcohol? Is it binge watching Netflix? Is it sleeping in too late? Is it skipping calls that you're supposed to be on? Is it hanging out with people that don't build, right? One of my mentors told me this: if I can't build with you, I can't chill with you. During this 90-day run, you're going to need to be careful on who you have around you if you want to actually complete it, right? So I want you to identify everything that could hold you back from this 90-day run. What is in your way? Okay. Super, super important. My mentor told me this: some of the people that you're spending 10 minutes with, you need to start spending 10 hours with. And some of the people you're spending 10 hours with, you need to start spending 10 minutes with. Okay. The law of proximity is real, right? For an example, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things my mentors challenged me to do, whether it was people in your life, my mentor told me this, okay? He looked me dead in the eyes when I was brand new in this industry, and he said, I want you to take your TV out of your room until you hit $10,000 a month. He literally told me that. He goes, take your TV and put it in a closet, get it out of your room. If you watch TV in your living room, same thing. Take the TVs out of your rooms until you're at the desired amount of income that you truly say you want. So right away, I was a little hesitant. I was brand new. I was 20 years old. I was 21 years old. But you know what? People don't change, so it hurts too much to stay the same. I wanted to win. I wanted to help my family. I wanted to be able to travel the world and make an impact. So I took it out of my room, and I didn't put it back in there until I hit $10,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Here's a tip of advice for you. I mean, my challenge, guys, is if TV is a distraction for you, movies or whatever, remove your TV, sell your Xbox, sell your PlayStation, give it to someone else, remove it from your life for these 90 days. I'm telling you, if you want to have a successful 90-day all-in challenge, you need to identify the obstacles in your way and remove them, okay? That's why we did this call on April 11th when this is starting on April 15th. It's so you have time to prepare. We didn't say, all right, guys, it's starting right now. Here we go. It's off to the races. This is the prep phase. You guys got 4 days to get your life situated in terms of just making sure everything is prepared, right? Remove the distractions from your life. Another thing, too, is reach out to your family. Reach out to your friends. Let them know, hey, listen, I know you care about me, and I know you know that I'm doing this business. I'm about to go on a 90-day transformational period, and I need your support more than anything during these 90 days. You might not understand why I'm going to be doing this, but I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for XYZ, and I need you to support me. Let your family and friends know that you're going to be busy for the next 90 days, that you're going to be focused on growing your faith, your finance, your family, your fitness, and your fun. Okay. I'm telling you guys, this is super important. What's the best way to remove a bad habit from your life? Replace it with a good habit. Okay. What's the best way to remove a bad habit in your life? Replace it with a good habit. Okay. So I want you to think about everything you're doing in a 24-hour period most weeks. And if any of them are bad habits, replace it with one of the daily methods of operation that we are obviously listing off on this call, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Super, super important. Now, I wrote this down, but a true 90-day run is where you do not miss a day. Okay. What my mentor that brought me on the first 90-day run, I believe it was Matt and Joey. They're like, if you miss a day in the 90-day run, you have to restart it. They're like, you have to restart it. You need to go on a true 90-day run where you commit to every single day for 90 days, not whenever you feel like it, every single day, right? That's what a true 90-day run is, okay? And in order to do that, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to force yourself. Some of you are already in momentum. I know people that are on this call, dude, they're doing presentations, they're prospecting, they're getting tons of people started, they're scaling their teams, they're doing leadership calls, they're posting on social media every day. They're already doing the daily DMOs, right? But some of you are starting fresh right now where you haven't been in momentum. You haven't been doing it. You're going to have to force yourself. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, the tasks that we have listed off that we're all going to be doing, they're not incredibly difficult tasks. Right? These are literally daily methods of operation that all of us can do. I've been on other 90-day runs where they're like 10 presentations a day or you fail. I'm like, okay, listen, that's not realistic. These are realistic daily methods of operations that you can do as long as you replace the bad habits, get rid of the distractions, and replace it with healthy ones, okay? So here's some tips that my mentor taught me. I'm talking to the people that are brand new. I'm talking to the people that aren't consistent right now. This is going to help you, okay? These are some of the oldest network marketing tricks, the oldest, building tricks, okay? If you're struggling to do 10 before 10, okay, reaching out to 10 new people and following up with 10 people, right? Reach out to 10 new people before 10 a.m. I want you to do this if you're struggling, okay? How bad do you want it? Put 10 rubber bands on one of your wrists to start the day. When you wake up, throw 10 rubber bands on one wrist. It's pinching your skin. It's pulling at your hair. Every time that you reach out to a new person for the day, you get to take one rubber band off and put it on the other wrist. And you have to reach out to 10 people to get all 10 on your other wrist. And once you do it, you can take them all off for the day. That is called conditioning, right? Sometimes you need that extra boost. Sometimes you need that extra conditioning to force yourself to do it. Put 10 rubber bands on one wrist, and every single time you prospect someone, put it on the other one, and then take all 10 off when you're done. That is a trick that has worked for a lot of people. Here's another one that worked for me. My mentor looked me dead in the eyes. Guys, I used to wake up and the last thing I wanted to do was prospect people when I was brand new in this business 7 years ago. I was like, I was dreading it. The idea of reaching out to people and inviting them. I was nervous. I was scared. Well, he told me this. He goes, you can change your life in 1 second. And he wanted to explain what that really meant. He taught me something called the 3-2-1 method. Okay. When you have something that you need to do, like one of these daily methods operations, you need to reach out to 10 people, you need to follow up with 10, you got to post on social media, all these DMOs, right? You count down in your head, 3, 2, 1, and you do it. 3, 2, 1, and you do it. Okay. Now I'm not perfect, ladies and gentlemen. There were some times I was counting down from 30 seconds. I'm all cozy in bed and I'm like, okay, 30, 29, but you bet your bottom dollar. I got up and I did it. So I counted down and launched. Okay. So that helped me a ton. Another thing that's going to help you stay consistent on this journey is this. Okay. Use a calendar. Use a calendar. You want to prepare and plan your days, right? And so one of the most important things my mentor told me was this. He said, create a daily success schedule. All right. A lot of us in this industry, a lot of people have ADHD, right? It's like the #1 prescribed medication on the planet right now, apparently. But for the people that are looking at the daily methods operation, all the daily goals, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take out a piece of paper first and then draw a line and write 8 a.m., 9, 10, whenever you wake up, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want you to build what the perfect daily schedule for you will look like on this 90-day run. I wanted to incorporate all of the different daily goals that we have for the different 5Fs. When are you going to have the fun time for 10 to 30 minutes? When are you going to do the finance goals? Reach out to 10, follow up with 10. When are you going to do your 1 to 3 presentations? You need to plan your day, and then all you do is repeat that same day for 90 days straight. Okay, build your daily schedule. It's called the success schedule. Build it and follow the same routine every day for 90 days. Don't wake up every day and be like, okay, today I'm going to do this at this time. Today I'm going to do this at this time. Today I'm going to, that you want to build a routine. Routines may seem boring, but guess what? That's what compounds. That's what creates success. Okay, so build a daily routine. Once you have it on paper, put it in your calendar. Okay, put it in your calendar, ladies and gentlemen. A big tip on this run, all right? Plan your days before you go to bed. Plan tomorrow before you go to bed. Create a to-do list that you need to knock out before you go to bed for tomorrow, okay? Always know what's going to be happening tomorrow, all right, ladies and gentlemen? And then what I'm going to do real quick is I just want to kind of explain this to you, okay? On this 90-day run, how do you, something that helped me stay focused was my mentor told me this. I want you to imagine that you have a movie crew, a camera crew that is following you 24/7 for the next 90 days. Okay? Imagine your last 30 days if you had a camera crew that was just sitting there and watching you and watching you and watching you. Would it be crazy what's happening in your movie? Would you be showing that you're taking action, that you're consistent, that you're going all in? Would it be an awesome looking movie? Or would everybody already been left out of the theater? Okay, so on this 90-day run, imagine a camera crew is following you. You are literally creating the movie. You are the #1 actor inside of this movie, okay? And so you determine what's going to happen in this film. That's something that helped me a lot. I imagine a camera crew is following me. And one of the last few things I'll say is this, okay? We follow all these universal laws. We follow the law of proximity. You're the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. Hang out with people who are building and doing this business way more than people who aren't. And guess what? You'll become the average of those people, right? And so we follow the law of proximity. We follow the law of manifestation. We follow the law of compensation. We follow the law of condensed activity. There's so many universal laws, whether you know about them or not yet, we're all following them. So on this 90-day run, I want you to understand this. The universe, I always like to just imagine the universe, we can't see it, but the universe is watching you. Okay, on this 90-day run, if the universe is seeing that you're doing what you're supposed to do in private, okay, we're not always all going to be on a call together. We're not all watching each other 24/7. The people who do what is meant to be done in private for this business get praised in public. The universe is going to decide after these 90 days if you are truly worth the goals, the ranks, the income, the lifestyle that you desire. Okay, the universe is going to determine it. So I knew when I was alone in private that I have to be grinding. I have to be making the right decisions, okay? And obviously we're all here to keep each other accountable, but the last #1 tip, ladies and gentlemen, is stay close to the fire. Okay, the only way I made it through 90-day runs in the past, guys, my first 90-day run was with Jay Pado. We went from 3 to 300. The next 90-day run, we went from 300 to 1400, right? The only way I was able to do it is I hung around people like Matt and Joey. I hung around the leaders that were on that or on the previous runs that were dialed in and focused. Okay, so stay close to people that have the energy and you will stay excited. I promise you, you will come out on the other side of this 90-day run a completely different person, okay? So I appreciate you guys for coming up here. Set yourself up for success. I'm super excited to watch all the transformations. I'm going to be here if anybody wants to reach out to me for help, but I'm going to pass it to our next speaker on this call, ladies and gentlemen. And this is one of the #1 educators inside of the entire company, right? They call her the Queen of Gold. Every single person that I know is pretty much taking her trades and she's crushing it, right? Right alongside all the other educators inside the company. But not only that, she's 20 years old and she's built an organization that has gotten her to the Black Diamond rank. You understand, this is one of the #1 youngest top earning individuals in this industry. in the industry, right? And obviously being 20 years old, she has so much value to share with you, right? I mean, the amount of calls she does with her team, the amount of personal development she does, the amount of effort she puts in is just tremendous. And so I'm super excited, guys, to listen to this. She gets unlimited leads from social media, but she's going to help you guys dial this in. So I'm going to pass it over to Arabella, and you can take the floor, boss.
Hi, beautiful people. What an incredible call so far. I can't even believe I'm put last because now I have to go in front of all of those incredible speakers and leaders already. And I just want to say, first of all, okay, thank you so much, Josh, for just that edification and introduction. I truly do appreciate you. And to everyone on this call right now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tapping in from. I'm so excited to be here with you guys for this super Saturday. The energy, the intention, the environment that we're creating right now is just so powerful. And I hope you guys are really ready to really lock in for just what's coming next. And I want to start off by saying how excited I am for this 90-day challenge, because here's the truth, right? 90 days can literally change your guys' entire life. Not kind of change it, not slightly improve it, right? I'm talking about completely shifting your habits, your mindset, your income, your environment, right? Your confidence, everything, but only if you decide that you're really going all in. This isn't just going to be another challenge, you guys. This is truly a commitment to becoming a different version of yourself. And I need you guys to really understand that the person that you guys are today, the person you could be 90 days from now, those can be two completely different people if you actually apply what's being taught. And of course, one of the biggest reasons I'm so passionate about this, about what we do, is because of the lifestyle that this industry has given to me, the trade and the travel lifestyle. Being able to make money through your phone, through your laptop, or wherever you are in this world, anywhere in this world, right? Being able to wake up and not have to ask for permission to live your life. Being able to decide that I want to go here and just go. That lifestyle, you guys, is very real. And I want to say this very clearly, is it's not going to be reserved for a special few people, right? For just a specific type of person. It's not for the smartest people in the room. It's not for someone who's the most experienced. It's not for the people who just got lucky, right? That lifestyle is for the person who has the drive, the vision, and the willingness to stay consistent even when it's not easy. And I actually had a moment yesterday, just yesterday, and it really put me into perspective. I was on this follow-up call with one of my mentees, and mind you, I've done I think 3 calls with her so far. So we're talking, we're catching up, we're going over just everything. And I'm looking at her and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you just look so familiar. And I kept thinking, I was like, your name just sounds like I've heard it before. Like I know you from somewhere. And she looks at me and she agrees. And she was like, yeah, like we went to elementary school together, middle school together. And I just paused for a second because that moment really hit me. Like out of all the people in this world, okay, out of all the paths that we could have taken through business, we ended up reconnecting through business, through growth, through lifestyle. And now she literally looked at me and was like, look, like I'm seeing you travel, I'm seeing you make money online, seeing you live a life that one point felt so far, especially in the town that we were from. And it just reminded me, like, people are watching you, people from your past, people from your hometown, people who knew you before you even believed in yourself. And one day they're going to come back around and see who you became. And I also think back to who I used to be, the version of myself that was just on social media scrolling, right? Watching people travel, watching people with these crazy lifestyles, right? Watching people work from their phones at coffee shops, on beaches in different countries. And I used to think to myself, like, this looks amazing, but it could never be me. Like, I admired it, right? I looked at it from like a distance, but I didn't really see myself in it because I thought it was too far away. I thought that it was too unrealistic. It was too out of reach. But everything changed once I made a decision to stop watching and actually start doing. And fast forward from now, you guys, like, I'm not just watching that lifestyle anymore. I'm truly living in it. I've been able to travel, experience new places, meet incredible people like the people who literally just spoke on today's call and build an income online that supports that freedom. And the craziest part is it all literally decided from that decision and the consistency behind the decision as well. So if you're on this call right now and you've ever felt like you're that person watching, I need you guys to understand you're not as far away as you guys think. Like, the trade and travel lifestyle is so real, you guys. On May 18th till the 20th, we're literally going to Vegas together, you guys. Shout out to Preston for just putting all of that together. Tickets should be out soon. I'm so excited for that event. But I do want to talk about the social media part, because this is where social media really does come in, because social media is not just for scrolling anymore. It's not just for entertainment anymore, but social media is going to be your guys' tool, right? A tool that you can literally change your life with if you use it with a lot of intention. But this is where a lot of people truly do go wrong. You can say a lot of people come into the space and the first thing that they do is they start reposting their uplines content, reposting their team's pages, reposting the exact video that everyone else is posting. And I need to be so real with you guys. That is not what's going to separate you. That is not what's going to build your guys' brand. That is not what's going to make people choose to sign up with you. Because if I see the same post on 10 different pages, why would I specifically follow you? Why would I tap in with you? You have to understand, people don't join just because of the post, right? People join people. So instead of asking yourself, what should I repost today? I need you guys to start asking yourself, what can I create today? Your voice, your perspective, your story, your energy, right? That is your guys' power. And I think a lot of people truly do hold back because they feel like they're not ready yet. Like, I don't have the results yet. I'm not successful enough yet. I don't know enough yet. But let me tell you guys something. That's exactly why people need to hear from you, because there are people out there literally scrolling right now, just like you once were, waiting to find someone they could relate to. And that person is you. They're not looking for the most perfect person. They're not looking for the most polished person on Instagram, on social media. They're looking for someone who is real, right? Someone who's in the process, someone who's figuring it out, someone who took the first step and is documenting their journey. There are people waiting for your guys' post, watching your guys' story right now, waiting for your guys' perspective, waiting for your guys' breakthrough, and they'll never find you if you keep hiding behind someone else's content. You cannot build your guys' future copying someone else's identity. You can be inspired by your mentors, of course, right? You can learn from your uplines, but you should never become a copy of them, because the goal is to not just duplicate the content. The goal is to duplicate leaders, right? And leaders create, leaders show up, leaders speak, and leaders take the ownership of their own voice. And that's where building your brand becomes everything. Your brand is not just going to be your guys' logo. It's not just about the colors. It's not about your guys' aesthetic. Your brand is how people feel when they land on your guys' page. It's your guys' energy, your message, your consistency. It's what people think about when they hear your name. So if you have to start showing up as the person that you are becoming, right? Not just the person who you are here today, but who you guys are stepping into. If you want to be seen as a leader, start posting like one. If you want to be seen as successful, start carrying yourself like that. If you want to attract high-level individuals and people, become someone who's also a high-level individual in how you show up, because your content is always going to be the very first impression. And in today's world, you don't get in front of people first. Your page does. So when someone lands on your guys' profile, can they feel your vision? Can they see your lifestyle? Can they understand where you're going? Do they know you're inside of a 90-day all-in challenge? Or does it just look like everyone else's? Because when your brand is clear, you don't have to convince people. They already feel like they know you. They already trust you. They already want to be a part of what you are building. So when you post, I want you to start thinking very differently. Don't post just to post, but post with intention, post with purpose, and ask yourself, is this adding value? Is this showing my journey? Is this connecting me with someone who needs to see this today? Because one post can change everything for you guys. One post can bring you your next leader. One post can bring you your next customer. One post can inspire someone to finally take action in their life. One post can bring you guys your next diamond. That's where I found Savannah. That's where I found Shang. It was through literally one post. And here's, of course, I would say the best part is you guys don't need to go viral to win. You don't need thousands of followers to win. You just need to be consistent, because consistency is what builds trust, and trust builds conversions. And in network marketing specifically, social media is everything. This is how you expand your reach. This is how you build influence. This is how you create leverage, because instead of talking to one person at a time, you're speaking to hundreds, thousands, eventually 10,000s of people through your guys' content. And when you do it right, your content becomes your guys' funnel. It creates curiosity, it creates your leads, it converts people into sales while you're living your life, right? And that's exactly why this 90-day challenge is just so powerful, because it's not just going to be about posting, right? It's also about intention, strategy, and it's also about, again, the consistency. The challenge is going to help you guys grow your social media, which is going to help you guys build your audience, which is going to help you guys generate your leads, which is going to help you guys create a real sales funnel. And I'm so excited to really break it down to you guys even more throughout the social media trainings that we're going to be hosting, as well as all of the other trainings that all of the leaders have in store for all of you guys, right? To show you guys what to post, to show you guys how to even show up, and how to actually position yourselves to win, right? I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. So with that being said, I want to then transition over to the next speaker, to someone who's such an incredible leader themselves, someone who is not only just intentional with everything that he does, but someone who's building something just so powerful, right? He's building such a massive, massive Latino community, international team, and the impact he's making, you guys, is so real, not just in business, but in people's lives, right? He's someone who's very consistent himself. He leads from the front with a lot of his heart, you guys, and most importantly, he genuinely cares. So I'm super excited for you guys to hear from him. So let's go ahead and give it up for Karab, and let's drop some 777s in the chat for him. And Karab, you have the mic.
Thank you very much, Arabella. Amazing. I was just thinking while I was listening from the beginning, the training that you guys heard today, few years back, we used to pay thousands of dollars. Sometimes we had to go to Vegas, to GoPro event, to Eric Worre event. Sometimes we'll go to company conventions to hear all this information from all these leaders that you heard today. So if you are new and you only took notes from what everybody says, and you apply this, what you heard, for next 90 days, your life will be different. Anyway, I'm the last speaker, so just chill with me, few minutes. I want to celebrate, first of all, Dare Joshua for keeping the camera on all the time. Michelle Sorensen, 23, congratulations. Melody, even Andre, Zoom user, I don't know your name, I'm sorry, that's what it says, Zoom user. Tipa, Ambar, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Travis had the camera for all this time. Kiara is new. Daniel is new. Harat has been here for a while. So I've been just seeing like the people that will be winners of this 90-day game plan. And these guys have kept the camera on all this time. So congratulations, guys. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So there's a lot of people today that are connected here, but their head is somewhere else. They're watching a soccer game, because I'm a big soccer fan. So there's a lot of games nowadays. Or they're watching something, or they're watching YouTube, or they're just wasting their time in something. The fact that you guys have the camera on, it tells a lot about you. And I'm sure that this 90-day might change your results and who you are as a person, as it did to me. Everybody talks about our first 90-day game plan. I remember mine. It started after Easter weekend 7 years ago. I was making $37 a month. I was living in a country that I knew nobody, and my rent was $2,000 a month. So $37 a week when you make $37 a week and you pay rent $2,000, it's not very good math. You know, like however you slice it, it's not like you can make it work. So after the Easter time is cool time because since there's no parties and there's nothing going on, it gives you time to reflect. So I reflected on that Easter and I was like, okay. So I heard this Eric Worre talking about his 90-day game plan. I'm gonna do it once, and if in 90 days I don't like where I am in the business, I'll just quit. That was my goal. 90 days, all out, and then if I don't like it where I am, I'll just quit. That was my mentality. Because for me, it was easy because I'll just push hard for 90 days, whatever rank or whatever level I get on income level. If I don't like it, I'm out. So anyway, I do that. I'm in a country that I don't know anybody. I barely speak their language. So I'm kind of practicing as I go along. Then I start from $37 a week. And then in the day 54, I'm making over $25,000 a month. Okay. So that was the energy that a 90-day game plan can give you. So when we talk about these 90-day game plans, it's not just you complying what your leader tells you. It's not just doing the bare minimum of what they tell you to do. 90-day game plan is when you give everything you have in you, you put everything in a field, and then you see what God, what creator, what universe has in store for you. Okay? That's how I see a 90-day game plan. Like, for example, when you go to gym, like I love to go to gym like at least 5 times a week. When you go to gym, your plan might be like, okay, you should do, I don't know, 12 bench press on 160 pounds. But if you do 12 and you're still not tired, I guess you can do more than 12. So if you're doing it for yourself, you don't stop at 12, you go at 14, 15, 16 repetitions because that's what your body is telling you. So same thing here, when you do a 90-day game plan, if your leader tells you start 10 conversations and you did 10 and then you have 3 free hours, why don't you go for 30 or 40? Okay. So when I see the 90-day game plan, I don't just see it as doing it bare minimum. Let's not keep that employee mindset. So whatever you tell me, I'll do bare minimum. So I look busy, I do nothing, and I just hope the time will go by, the 90-day will go by, and I'll get rich. It's not going to happen. Think about it, this 90-day game plan as you being a business owner. When you're a business owner, for example, my family comes from a restaurant industry. When my family has a restaurant, as a business owner, they come in a restaurant, and then if there's a paper on the floor, they will go down, pick up the paper, throw it on the trash. If they see the bathrooms are not clean, and if everybody's busy, they will go in and clean the bathroom. If it takes to be in the kitchen, they will be in the kitchen. If they have to order something, they'll order. If they need to serve people up front, they will serve people up front. So if you just for 90 days, you apply that business mindset where you give it all on a field, believe me, in 90 days, the person that you will become, you'll not recognize you. I always tell everybody, you can give up in network marketing. You can give up in everything in life. That's normal. We humans, we are used to give up. I mean, we fail so much that the person that we fail most is us. You know, that kind of has become like a normal, like it's sad to see humanity trying to do more for others than themselves. Like, for example, if Melody tells me, Crop, tomorrow, can we have a meeting at 8 a.m.? Probably I'll wake up at 7, I'll get ready. At 8, I'll be ready for the meeting for her. So I don't want to fail to her. But if I put my alarm clock to wake up at 7 for myself, to go for a walk, to go to a gym, to go prospect, to read something, to pray, to whatever it makes me, it fills me up, most probably I'll fail to myself. So the biggest failure in life is not even failing to somebody else or to somebody else's goal. The biggest failures in life is failing to yourself, which we are doing pretty much all day, every fucking day. So my invitation to you in these next 90 days, don't fail to yourself. If you say you're going to go do something for your health, do it. The only house that you live 24 fucking hours a day is your body. You might have the biggest and best house. I live in a city here in Orlando where there's houses worth like $38 million. I call them schools because they look like schools. I mean, there's huge, like what would you do in that house? Anyway, so there's people that care more about their houses. They keep their house clean. They keep their car clean and they change the oil on their car, but they never care about their body, their temple where they live 24/7 every freaking day of your life. So if you want to commit to your fitness, commit it 100%. If you want to commit to your business, commit 100%. You know why people are bullying you around you, why your friends are making fun of you? Because you're never committing to yourself. So therefore, they're seeing you playing, they're seeing you using the business as excuse for not doing things that you should do. You know what? When you open a restaurant and you pay $500,000 investment and you will sleep there because you want to make your investment back. You know what? Here, when you pay your monthly, you will go two, three sessions with Preston, with Arabella, Matteo, and everybody else. You make your money back and you're like, okay, now I'm just chill. You know? So my invitation to you in the next 90 days, don't fail to yourself, because that's the saddest thing that you can do in your life, failing to yourself. Fitness, family, faith, fun, finances. It's 5 Fs, very easy to repeat. So now a tip for you how to do them, do the hardest first. Do the hardest first. If fitness is the hardest thing for you in a day, go do fitness first in the morning. Because we human beings, when we wake up, our willpower is 100%. It's like a phone battery. If you're like me and you love everything perfect, I charge my phone all night. So I wake up and my phone is like charged 110%. No, I'm kidding. It's at 100%. Okay, so that's our willpower when we start the day, 100%. That's why you don't drink beer as soon as you wake up. That's why you don't eat pizza as soon as you wake up. That's why you don't eat French fries in breakfast, because your fucking willpower is strong, so you can control yourself what you put in your mouth. When you drink beers, after 10. When you eat pizza, after 11. When you eat French fries, at 2 a.m. Because your willpower is at 0. That's why your couples fight more at night than day. Most of the fights in the partnerships never happen at night. In the morning, they're always happening at night, because willpower has gone so low in both sides that they are just they're irritated, so they can react to anything. Okay, so if I know that, I will use the hardest thing of my day early in the morning, as soon as I wake up, when my willpower is 100%. So if that's business for you, do the business earliest thing in the morning. But Corrupt, who's gonna be awake at 7? Hey, a lot of people are awake at 7. A lot of people are awake at 8. A lot of people are awake at 9. Arabella was talking about social media. Remember, you are not promoting and building business in your town or in your city or in your country. You're building internationally. So you might be working at 7 a.m. in your place, but that might be 3 p.m. in Europe, and you sign up somebody from there and diversify your business. So it's very, very important. Willpower is the strongest early in the morning. So do the hardest thing early. If for you it's business, do that first. If fitness is, do that first. If it's faith, for some people might be faith. If you never cared about your spirituality, do that first. Okay? So that's very, very important. Another thing, how do you determine if a 90-day game plan was successful or not? Some people know a few years back, I used to do a sport when it was not famous, called triathlon. Okay? Nowadays it's become very popular, but like 15, 20 years ago, not many people knew about triathlon. And when I would tell people I do triathlon, they would be like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that? What do you say? So I'll explain to them. It's a sport that it's kind of combines 3 disciplines. It combines swimming, bicycle, bike run, and running. So bike, ride, and run. So that's what it is. And it's so demanding that pretty much your lifestyle become training for triathlon. So when people ask me about triathlon, I never talk about races. I don't talk about timing. I tell them what I learned about myself from doing that. Because in that race, so you remember when you do an Ironman, which is like usually what everybody tries to finish at least one Ironman. So what we do is, first of all, we swim 2.4 miles. That's how you start the race. Then after that, you bike 112 miles, okay? And then after that, you run 24.6 miles, which is, I think, 42 kilometers, which is a marathon. So pretty much, and the cutout time is 17 hours. So you have to finish it within 17 hours continuous, okay? So somebody that doesn't run or doesn't do any sports, or like, who in the freaking right mind will do that sport? Well, there was a lot of us back then, and now it's even more. But what I learned about that sport is how powerful and how strong we are as humans. Because if I tell you today that if you train for 1 year, you will be able to swim 2.4 miles, even though if you don't know how to swim today, you will be able to jump on a bike after the swim for 112 miles and bike for 6 to 9 hours. And then after you finish bike, when everything hurts, you will run for another 26 miles. You'll be like, Rob, you're crazy. I mean, I will not be able to do that. Guess what? You'll be able to do it because your body is way more stronger than you think. So I want you to think, how powerful are you? And in these 90 days, give it all on a field. There's a saying that I love, and I'll finish with this because I don't want people to be like, okay, again, I'll finish with this. In life, all you can do is all you can do. Okay? But all you can do is good enough. Okay? I'll repeat this again. All you can do is all you can do. But all you can do is good enough. So I guarantee you that you are good enough for whatever goal you're running for. I guarantee you that you are good enough for whatever life you want to build for yourself. I guarantee you you're good enough for whatever you want to have in your fitness. I guarantee you you're good enough for whatever you want to have in your faith. I guarantee you you're good enough for whatever you want to have in your finances. I guarantee you you're good enough for whatever family you want to have. However, you'll never achieve it if it doesn't give it all that you have. So all you can do, it's all you can do. As I started the speech today, I'll finish with this. Give it all you can every day for 90 days. And after 90 days, look back and see not the money that you made, the person you have become. Because once you look back 90 days and see the person that you have become, then you'll start questioning yourself why you didn't go for more. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great, great, great weekend. Be ready. We'll go all in for 90 days and a lot of your lives will be different. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and I'll see you very soon.